A grueling 6-week-long general election in India is coming to an end. 543 constituencies across the length and breadth of India.
लोकसभा चुनाव 2024 आ चुका है अपने अंतिम पड़ाव पर। कौन होगा विजय? किसकी बनेगी सरकार?
Will the BJP do 400 par, a claim made by the Prime Minister, or will the opposition India alliance stage a comeback?
अब की बार
Join us as we bring to you expert analysis and incisive and in-depth perspectives on who has the edge.
पाए सटीक विश्लेषण, बिना किसी शोर, बिना किसी सनसनी, हमारे इस विशेष लाइव।
So join us for the exit poll on the 1st and for the final results on the 4th. See you then.
Exit polls coverage on 1st June 6:30 p.m. onwards. Result day on 4th June 7 a.m. onwards.
सिर्फ HW न्यूज इंग्लिश और HW न्यूज नेटवर्क पर।
Hello, good evening and welcome to HW News. I am Shubham Chauhan. It's the 1st of June. Voting in the Lok Sabha elections 2024 have officially ended today. Today was the 7th phase of this really grueling, intense Lok Sabha election, and now we are entering the final count. 1st June is the exit polls day, and the 4th of June is when we will have the results. A lot of talking points, very controversial talking points, controversial statements from parties across the spectrum. So what we'll do today, we'll take things one by one. Let's start with what happened today, which is the 1st of June. Today, like I said, was the 7th phase of voting, 7th and the final phase of voting of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Like I said, 19th April is when the general elections began with the first phase, and now here we are with the 7th phase coming to an end. So what we'll essentially do in this live broadcast is take guests one by one. Of course, the team at HW News is here, and we'll have guests joining us to sort of dissect the last 2 months that have seen a lot of action. We'll get them one by one, and of course, the big numbers as to who has the edge. Remember, it's the exit polls we are talking about and not the actual results today. For that, we'll have to wait for at least 3 more days now. 4th of June is when the results will be out. What we'll do today is look at the exit poll numbers. Agencies, TV channels will be going gaga with the numbers in a way, because each agency will be broadcasting the results, or the exit polls rather, with a particular news channel. So what we've essentially done is we've picked 3 agencies for you, and we will go through them one by one as and when they are broadcast. And with that, we'll keep the conversation going to sort of understand the nitty-gritties of the election, what really the issues that were at the heart of this Lok Sabha election. So like I said, let's start from the beginning. 7th phase is what we had today, and I will take you through the voter turnout. Now, this has been something that's really been one of the important talking points of this Lok Sabha elections. This is the first graphic we've put up, which is essentially the voter turnout of 2019 compared to 2024. This is a phase-wise comparison that we're looking at. If you start from the top, you can see on your screen on the left side, 2019, phase 1, 69.50% was the turnout, compared to 2024, down to 66.14%. In phase 2, we had 69.44% voter turnout, and this year, 2024, we were down to 66.71%. Phase 3, 68.40%, and 65.68% in 2024. Again, a slide of about 2 percentage points. In phase 4, 65.5% voter turnout in 2019 and 69.16% in 2024. Come to phase 5, 64.16% in 2019 and 62.2% in 2024. Phase 6, 62.02% and 63.37% this time around. And the final phase, which was today, in 2019, we saw 65.30% voter turnout. And as far as 2024 is concerned, the last count that we have at this moment of 5 p.m. is around 49.68%. So that's really as to how voter turnout stands. If we, in fact, we take you to the next graphic. Now, this is an interesting graphic. Like I said, low voter turnout has really emerged as one of the biggest talking points as to who does it really benefit? Does it benefit the incumbent? Does it mean does it benefit the opposition? Who does a low voter turnout really benefit? Now, this is one graphic, interesting piece of graphic that we sort of put up. In fact, this is the turnout variation where we sort of decoded in each seat as to how this has performed. So, in the seats that were held by the NDA, 215 of these seats saw low voter turnout. Compare that to just 103 seats, we saw higher voter turnout. Then the India Alliance, this was in 66 seats, the voter turnout was less. In 18 seats, it was more. You can see the color-coded map to the left of your screen that sort of matches each category with each color. And then there are others with 44 seats that saw low voting turnout and 39 which saw high voting turnout. Now, of course, this is not to say that low voter turnout for one side means an advantage for the other. That's really something that we would not say. But this is just a general observation as to how voter turnout has performed when you look at the length and breadth of the country. Like I said, 543 seats across India, the interiors, the metro cities, every area. So, and of course, like I said, this is a Lok Sabha election, so each seat counts. Now, what does this mean? How do we look at the numbers that we have got so far? How do we look at voter turnout? How do we look at the contests in each of these seats? And of course, the exit poll numbers that everybody has been waiting for. Now, before I introduce our guests, one quick health warning. Exit polls are purely indicative. They are not actual results. We will keep emphasizing and re-emphasizing this as we go through this broadcast. Exit polls these are basically surveys that are done when once the voter comes out of the booth. There are agencies who speak to voters to understand which way they have voted, and what one picks up from those responses are observations and, of course, the figures as to generally which way sort of the wind is blowing. And these are not actual results. With that health warning out of the way, I would like to introduce our guests. We have our managing editor Sujit Nair joining us. Good evening, Sujit.
Hi. Sorry. Hi.
Hi. We have Shashank Nair, our colleague from HW News Network. Good evening, Shashank. कैसे हैं आप?
जी शुभम, जैसा कि आपने कहा कि आज वो बड़ा इंतजार लोकतंत्र के त्योहार का आज पता चलेगा, एक डायरेक्शन आज मिल जाएगी किस तरीके से जो है आगे आने वाले रिजल्ट जो कि 4 तारीख को नतीजे आने वाले हैं उसकी आज एक झलक देखने को मिल सकती है। 58.64% आज के आखिरी चरण में जो है मतदान हुआ है। 7 चरणों में मतदान हमको देखने को मिला पूरे देश भर में, और आज 58.34% जो है मतदान हमें देखने को मिला है। और एग्जिट पोल्स के विश्लेषण आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं। इसके अलावा जो ये पूरा कैंपेन रहा, इतना लंबा जो है प्रचार सभाएं चली, अलग-अलग भाषण हुए, इस सब चीजों को लेके जिस तरीके से किस पार्टी ने कैसा परफॉर्म किया, हर एक चीज पे हम लोग बारीकी से आज एक बार फिर नजर डालेंगे और कोशिश करेंगे समझने की कि आज मौजूदा परिस्थिति क्या है।
Sorry, I was on mute. Of course, this is a broadcast. A lot of things will happen. Now, I think what I'm getting to know is some of the numbers have already started to trickle in from some agencies as far as each state is concerned. But before we go to the numbers, we'll have the graphics played up for you. But Sujit, let's start with, like I said, the disclaimer, the big disclaimer right at the beginning. Exit polls are indicative and not the actual results. You look back at the campaign, and now here we are, voting done, all 7 phases voting done. It's exit poll time, and we'll have the results in a few days. How do you look at this? Your opening comment, Sujit.
I'll be very honest with you. Through and through this election, I have not predicted. I have not predicted ever. I have not said anything. I have just showed numbers. I have showed opinion polls. I have spoken about whatever. The first time I'm going to stick my neck out and talk something. You see, I as a professional, as an advertising professional, all my life, I have seen pollsters, research as a tool to create strategy. That was how we have seen it, always a tool to create strategy. So whenever I looked at poll, whenever I looked at research, I looked at research as something that later on can be created into a strategy, which strategist like Mr. Prashant Kishor uses to create strategy, is what I understand. For the first time, I realized in 2024 that, you see, poll or research is not a tool for a strategy. In this time around, it is the strategy itself. It is the strategy itself. And I'll tell you what I'm saying. You see, when Bharatiya Janata Party started off, they started off by saying 400 par. That is how they started. Okay, then they realized this 400 par is not working, because the kind of dividends that the consecration of Ram temple would get them, they couldn't get it. So this 400 par thing actually started falling. And you saw a graph that started off at 400 par, yeah, something like that. Started off at 400 par, phase 1 went down, phase 2 went down, phase 3 went down, phase 4 went down. And normally in a marketing scenario, Shubham, let me tell you, what we do is we do something called as an intervention in this stage. Intervention happens. Intervention so that you can give the brand a boost. And the intervention here happened from Prashant Kishor. Prashant Kishor came and started this entire narrative about the Modi getting 300 plus, or Modi Sarkar getting 300 plus, possibly getting the same, possibly getting more. He started talking about South being the same, South being bigger, South being better, and East, North, West, everything remaining the same. So this narrative was put into the entire picture. Now, not only that this narrative was put into the picture, this narrative was taken and established. How is it established? Established with a very controversial interview wherein he got very upset, which is very unlikely of him, but he got upset. And because he got upset, that video went viral, that video was went into millions. And this narrative of that 300 par, 400 par, which came down to 250 hoga kya, and went back to 300 par. So here we had that intervention, and the image went back. So this is point number 1. Point number 2 is also understand that it also ensured that today's, and the way I see it, if I understand right, today's exit poll will show NDA 300 plus. This is what I understand, and I'm sticking my neck out to tell you this. Not a single exit poll has come through till now, if I'm not mistaken.
So some agencies are putting out the numbers. They're going state by state.
Okay,
national numbers.
I have not seen it. I am telling you, this exit poll will show a figure of more than 300, or 300 or more than 300, or anything between 280 to 300, 320 plus. This is what the exit poll is going to show. Now, why is it showing? What is the ultimate result? I don't know. Why is the need for this? I don't know. But that's what it is going to show. It is not going to show any 250 or 220 or 230 number, at least to the best of my understanding. I hope I'm wrong. I wish I'm wrong. Because then there will be some amount of interest in this entire exercise. But otherwise, there was a person called there was a strategist who claimed to have sat in his drawing room, and he had nirvana. He achieved enlightenment, and through this enlightenment, sitting in his drawing room, which should now be monumentalized, because he sat in his drawing room and he got the numbers. That drawing room number now will be taken forward by a lot of research, a lot of this exit polls and all that, and it is as if that this number was there, given to somebody from Brahman. The Brahman knowledge was given to people, and they received this knowledge, and this knowledge all of a sudden got segregated. This is the way I see it. And like I told you, I see these numbers in exit polls, or most of the numbers being anything between 290 to 300 plus for India. I would still wait for the final results on Tuesday. But all the same, let us see what the figures are.
सुजीत जी, मैं चाहूंगा कि संक्षिप्त में जो आपने कहा हिंदी में भी एक बार, सुजीत जी मैं चाहूंगा संक्षिप्त में जो आपने कहा वो अगर हिंदी में भी हमारे HW न्यूज नेटवर्क के दर्शकों के लिए भी आप कह दें। बहुत जरूरी बात आपने यहाँ पे कही है।
अरे बाप रे, ये हर एक चीज में से दो बार बुलवाएगा क्या? अच्छा ठीक है, चलो मैं हिंदी में बोलने की कोशिश करता हूँ। देखो क्या है कि यार ऐसा है कि ये पूरी प्रक्रिया नॉर्मली मैंने ये कहा था कि रिसर्च पोल्स ये जो होते हैं ना, ये रिसर्च पोल्स वगैरह ये एक टूल होता है स्ट्रैटेजी बनाने के लिए। तो रिसर्च और पोल्स को देख करके स्ट्रैटेजीज बनाते हैं, ठीक है ना, लोग वैसे नॉर्मली लोग करते हैं। अच्छा, अब इस बार मैंने ये देखा है कि रिसर्च और पोल स्ट्रैटेजीज बनाने के लिए नहीं, बट ये रिसर्च और पोल स्ट्रैटेजी का एक अंग हो गया है, ये पार्ट हो गया है, स्ट्रैटेजी हो गया है। क्योंकि जब नरेंद्र मोदी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपना कैंपेन चालू किया था तो 400 पार वाला कैंपेन था। लेकिन अगर आप वो ग्राफ देखो तो 400 पार वाला कैंपेन फेज 1, फेज 2, फेज 3 के बाद 250 होगा क्या, ये क्वेश्चन में आके रुका था। क्योंकि वो उनका जो ये गिर रहा था नॉर्मली, ओके। तब एक इंटरवेंशन आया जिसको हम मार्केटिंग में इंटरवेंशन बोलते हैं। एक इंटरवेंशन आया और वो इंटरवेंशन प्रशांत किशोर का था, जो आकर के ये बोला कि भाई उन्होंने ही बोला था कि मैं मेरे ड्राइंग रूम में बैठा था और मुझे ये नंबर आया 303 प्लस, मतलब 300 प्लस होगा मोदी सरकार का, भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार का। मुझे मेरे ड्राइंग रूम में बैठ के मुझे ये ख्याल आया, मुझे ये आत्मज्ञान हुआ। तो वो आत्मज्ञान जो है, वो नंबर जो है, आज मुझे लगता है आज आप मोस्ट ऑफ द आप जो देखने वाले हो ना, मोस्ट ऑफ द चैनल्स, मोस्ट ऑफ द जो आपका एग्जिट पोल है, मोस्ट ऑफ द एग्जिट पोल आपको यही नंबर दिखाएगा, इसके इर्द गिर्द ये नंबर दिखेगा आपको, 300 प्लस या 300 प्लस ही दिखेगा। ये मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस है और दैट इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू से, वही मैंने बताया था। शशांक।
और क्योंकि ये चीज लगातार देखने को मिली है, जैसे आप देखें 2017 में उत्तर प्रदेश में, अगर आप देखें विधानसभा चुनाव के दौरान एक हंग असेंबली बताई गई थी, लेकिन एग्जिट पोल्स में, अधिकतम एग्जिट पोल्स में, लेकिन उसमें बीजेपी सिंगल लार्जेस्ट पार्टी बताई गई थी। लेकिन हुआ उससे बिल्कुल विपरीत, एक थंपिंग मेजोरिटी वाली सरकार हमको 2017 में उत्तर प्रदेश की विधानसभा में देखने को मिली। बिहार में भी यही 2015 के चुनाव में जब महागठबंधन एक साथ लड़ी थी, जेडीयू, आरजेडी, कांग्रेस, उस समय पे इस तरीके का बताया था कि कहीं ना कहीं हंग असेंबली देखने मिलेगा, लेकिन हुआ उससे बिल्कुल उल्टा कि आरजेडी, जेडीयू, कांग्रेस का जो गठबंधन था उन्होंने सरकार बनाई। दिल्ली असेंबली का जो चुनाव था 2015 में, उसमें डायरेक्शन भले ही सही था, लेकिन हर एक एग्जिट पोल में ज्यादा करके 50 सीटें ज्यादा से ज्यादा आम आदमी पार्टी को दी गई थी। लेकिन हुआ ऐसा कि 67 आउट ऑफ 70 सीट्स आम आदमी पार्टी ने जीती और उन्होंने सरकार बनाई। अगर लेटेस्ट बात करें 2023 में छत्तीसगढ़ में, जो सब बोल रहे थे कि कांग्रेस एक बार फिर से रिपीट करेगी अपना गवर्नमेंट, वैसा नहीं हुआ, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने सरकार बनाई। और क्लासिक जो एग्जांपल सब लोग कोट करते हैं 2004 का इंडिया शाइनिंग का जो एग्जांपल देते हैं, जिसमें अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी की सरकार एक बार फिर रिपीट होगी ऐसा कहा था, लेकिन हुआ उससे उल्टा और कांग्रेस ने सरकार बनाई।
Absolutely, I think
Shashank,
like Shashank pointed out, one sort of the most fun part about Indian elections is predictions. Everybody has their number. Like Sujit said, he put his neck out and he said this is what he's estimating as to how the numbers will be. He spoke about Prashant Kishor and Yogendra Yadav. That's another talking point that we will come to as we go ahead in this live bar. And what Shashank spoke about as to how these exit polls can get it wrong sometimes. This is, like I said at the beginning, these are indicative. These are not actual results. And what I'll actually try and do is, I'll put out the numbers of the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Now, what you can see on the screen are three agencies' opinion polls. Remember, this was the election which a lot of analysts say changed single-handedly post the Pulwama attack and the Balakot strike. This is the 2019 opinion polls. Three agencies, ABP News C Voter, Times Now VMR, India TV CNX, they gave, in fact, all three said it will be disadvantage for the BJP, they'll come down. ABP News said 233, Times Now said 279, and India TV said 275. They gave, ABP News C Voter gave 167 to UPA. Remember, there was no India Alliance at that time, there was the United Progressive Alliance, which is largely the opposition bloc against the BJP. Times Now VMR gave 149 seats to UPA, and 126 was given by India TV CNX, and the rest was for the others. Now, if you go to the exit polls, this is the interesting part. These are the numbers that came post the Balakot and the Pulwama and the Balakot strike. And this is how the numbers look like. India Today, Access My India, they gave 352 seats, which was largely what they got last time. So this was one agency that got it bang on, 352 plus minus 13. ABP still, ABP CSDS gave 277 to NDA. India TV CNX gave 300 seats plus minus 10. For the UPN, 93 plus minus 15, 130 by ABP CSDS, and 120 plus minus 5 by India TV CNX. So that's largely when you look at exit polls, agencies, political analysts, political strategists, everybody sort of goes out of their way. Some do surveys, some have their own sort of method as to when they come up with a number. But the overarching rider is that exit polls cannot be taken as sure short results. In fact, we have some of the guests who are already joining in. Like we said, we have a lot of guests, analysts, journalists lined up for you from across the country. What I'm getting to know right now is, before we move forward, the first set of numbers have come. The first set of numbers have come from the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, these are this Access My India, if I'm not wrong, has put out the first set of numbers, and we'll get that up for you in just a moment. The exit polls will start giving their numbers state by state as we go ahead in this broadcast. We are broadly following three agencies for this, and we'll try and get you as many data points as possible when it comes to the exit poll numbers. I think we have the Tamil Nadu numbers ready on the screen. There we go. Access My India, Tamil Nadu, 39 seats, 1 to 3 seats is what they are saying for the BJP. This will be up. They'll be opening their tally. Remember, Tamil Nadu is one state that the BJP put a lot of emphasis on as far as opening their account is concerned. 6 to 8 is what is being predicted for the Congress. 20 to 22 is what is being predicted for the DMK, and 0 for the others. So this is Access My India that we're talking about. 39 Lok Sabha seats is what Tamil Nadu sends to the Lok Sabha, and this number has been put out by Access My India. Sujit, I would like to get you on this before we come to our guests. Annamalai has sort of been the big star, superstar for the BJP, and a lot of hopes and expectations were pinned on him as far as the BJP opening their account is concerned. So first numbers, 39 seats, BJP opening their account. That's, of course, the big takeaway. How do you look at it, Sujit?
See, to best of my understanding, whatever little I understood from Tamil Nadu, I'm sure Varun can be a better judge of this, and George, both of them can speak much better on this subject, because as far as my understanding is concerned, I thought while definitely Bharatiya Janata Party was looking at an increase in vote share in Tamil Nadu, but I don't think they would be getting a seat. I still don't think they're going to get a seat, but that's my view. I think I'll leave it to the experts to make the comment.
Mr. Singh, good evening. I hope you can hear us. I think you're on mute. What do you make of these numbers? First, good evening. First numbers from Tamil Nadu. BJP getting 1 to 3 seats. How do you look at it? Your first reaction?
Good evening. I have been listening to Sujit, and it's very nice to be back, Sujit. I hope all's well with you. And
all's well with me. Thank you, thank you, and it's good to see you, Varun.
Thank you, Sujit. So to be honest, I was in Tamil Nadu, and one thing that I realized over there was Annamalai. The kind of crowd that he draws, and the kind of admiration he had in Coimbatore, where I actually went, and people from all the age group, may it be women, may it be young people working in factories, or a rickshaw puller, or to someone who was driving a radio cab. I'm telling you, most of the people spoke about Annamalai, and that is one thing I should put it on record, that they I disagree with Sujit that BJP is not winning anything in Tamil Nadu. I am sure BJP is winning at least 1 to 3 seats. I would say more than that, but right now, if the experts are saying 3 seats, I'm going to stick with that, and Coimbatore could be one of them. So yes, very sure. And My figure, we will talk about my figures later, but about Tamil Nadu, yes, I think BJP is doing very good, more than 20% of vote share across the state is what I think. I'm hoping that they would be getting up to 20% of vote share in Tamil Nadu, which is a huge boost for them right now.
When you speak of vote share, Mr. Singh, you spoke about the vote share about 20%. Axis My India is giving about 14% vote share to the BJP with 1 to 3 seats, 14% vote share, which is up from what they got last time, about 26% for the DMK, which is down from last time. And then there are the other parties. I would like to get Mr. George Joseph in. He's joining us from Kerala.
May I just
Sure.
intervene one second?
Sure,
What Varun has said, I want to add on. In fact, I want to agree to Varun. I agree that the vote share may go up to 20% for Bharatiya Janata Party. What I do not agree is about the seats, but I agree to Varun when he says that the vote share will go up to 20%. Sorry, Shubham, back to you.
Right. Mr. George Joseph, good evening. First numbers in from South India. I know you're based out of Kerala. We'll come to the Kerala numbers in a bit. I think they will come in as we go along. But your first impressions. Let's start with Tamil Nadu first before we go to Kerala. How do you read these first set of numbers that are coming in that are giving seats to the BJP, something that's been really anticipated by a lot of political analysts, that the BJP will, after all these years, a state that has seen two parties, regional parties dominate, the BJP will be sort of making inroads. Your first comments on these, sir? Mr. Joseph, I think you're on mute. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's okay now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes,
Go
we
ahead.
can.
Hello? Yeah, I strongly agree with Mr. Sujit, BJP this time they will increase their vote share in Tamil Nadu. I think that they will not get a seat from Tamil Nadu. Maybe they get at least one seat. That is, I predict for Tamil Nadu. Actually, they will increase their vote share, that's sure, but they will not get a seat because, DMK and the alliance is so strong. I think that there is not much anti-governmency factor in Tamil Nadu, and Stalin is very strong in the India front also. So it's not a good time for maybe there are the rallies having the huge number of viewers and all these things, but it will not translated into vote for Tamil Nadu. There are a lot of issues regarding the Tamil Nadu politics, the Tamil Nadu culture, the Tamil Nadu social attitude, and all these things are not favorable for a party like BJP. That's very. It's not good time for BJP in Tamil Nadu, and actually they will increase their vote share. That's sure, but I think that they will not get a seat. If something happens, the number will be only on one seat. I think that's my reading.
Mr. Joseph, how do you look at
Shubham,
the?
Shubham. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead, Mr. Singh.
I actually am, I don't know if Sujit is listening or not. I always get amused when people talk about the voting culture of Tamil Nadu. Like, as a journalist for almost 20 years now, I have only heard about Tamil Nadu politics में कि जो आज मतलब एक political party washing machine और मिक्सर दे रही है तो तीसरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बोलती है कि हम वॉशिंग मशीन मिक्सर और उसके साथ में एक टेलीविजन सेट भी दे रहे हैं तो when and then I hear people talking about कि the majority of Tamil Nadu voters, so I somehow do not ये बहुत चुभता है मुझे कि when you talk about majority of a voter of a particular state, but at the end of the day the election comes down to which political party is giving more equipments, a mixer, grinder, idli sambar maker, or anything else. And then we talk about majority. See, Tamil Nadu and that is not what I am seeing. As a journalist, I have seen that. Every year we have seen that happening. But for the first time, I would say the Tamil Nadu politics was actually to be damn focused from these freebies to work or to other issues. And that is what we could see during the 2024 elections. There was a new leader who had risen. There was a new leader who could draw crowd. There was a new leader who spoke about issues and who could challenge the dynastic politics that has been happening in Tamil Nadu, may it be from the Congress, where we see a Chidambaram, son Chidambaram contesting, or DMK, where the son of
That's what happened in Karnataka election and in Kerala also, There are a lot of people came for watching Modi speeches, But it is not translated into votes.
That is
Into
fine.
votes. That's in Tamil Nadu also this will happen. Maybe you are working in Tamil Nadu for 20-25 years, that I agree for that. But what happened in Karnataka and what is happening in Kerala? A lot of
What is
people in
happening in
Thrissur,
Kerala?
in Thrissur, 3 times, you
I'm told in
you see that
you tell me, Mr.
BJP.
George, you're in Kerala. You're in
Mr. Singh,
you're in
Mr.
Kerala.
Singh,
Tell
Mr.
me.
Singh, Mr. Joseph, we'll come back to you. Mr. Joseph, we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
Mr. Singh,
we'll
go
talk
ahead.
about Kerala right now. No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah,
we keep on talking about the BJP in a way. BJP has grown this way only. See the history of Bharatiya Janata Party. When Jansangh contested, it had 3% vote. Even as last as 2019, it only got 18% of the total vote. But in 2014, it rose to 33%, then 31%. Whereas, that is how the Bharatiya Janata Party works. Their leaders during election campaign do not go on a leave for 5 days to some unknown place. You all, हमको politics में class 2 में civic book में यही सिखाया जाता है कि politics is a business of 24/7. You do not take leave, and especially you all work and slog for that only 30-40 days जो election के period होते हैं, उस वक्त मेहनत करने के लिए हम रहते हैं. बट अगर उस दरमियान भी आप छुट्टी ले रहे हैं, आप गायब हो जा रहे हैं, it reflects. और हमारी जनता अब इतनी समझदार तो है ही कि they read all this. बस इतना ही था.
शशांक, ये एक जो फैक्टर निकल के आ रहा है, अन्नामलाई फैक्टर जो है, डे वन से ये दिस वाज वन ऑफ द बिग टॉकिंग पॉइंट्स व्हेन इट केम टू द स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु. ही हैड हिज यात्रा. Annamalai, who's the state president of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Tamil Nadu, he had a yatra that got a massive response. In fact, if I'm not wrong, on the last day of his rally, of his yatra, the Prime Minister himself went giving a pat on the back to Annamalai. तो शशांक, ये अन्नामलाई फैक्टर ये कैसे प्ले आउट कर रहा है आपके हिसाब से? when you speak about the state of Tamil Nadu, ये कितना क्रिटिकल है और ये कितना you see playing a part going forward?
मुझे लगता है कोयम्बतूर में वरुण खुद वहां पे मौजूद थे. मुझे लगता है कि इस सवाल का जवाब वो बेटर दे पाएंगे कि क्या ऐसा करिश्मा है, क्या चीज है जो लोगों को इतनी ज्यादा अन्नामलाई की ओर अट्रैक्ट कर रही है. इस पे अगर आप बोल सके थोड़ा तो.
देखिए, मैंने पहले भी कहा कि अन्नामलाई जो है, उनकी एक छोटी सी वीडियो, मैंने मुंबई में थे, मुझे भी मिलने का मौका मिला उनसे. When I met him, he was on the stage. He spoke for like few minutes, and there was a small part of his speech that I could record and put in. The kind of attention that video got, lakhs of views within few hours, and that is one thing he has managed to do. What he has managed to do is to capture the imagination of a lot of people over there in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu for a very long time hasn't seen a leader of who would go, and specifically in a state where the politics is all about who's on the ground and what exactly is he doing, or what exactly is he seeing. Annamalai has captured the imagination of the people over there. Annamalai has managed to reach, because he's young, an ex-IPS officer. हमारे देश में तो IAS IPS को तो हमेशा से हर लोग पूजते ही हैं, तो इसके लिए ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है. तो वो एक करिश्मा है उनके साथ कि वो एक IPS ऑफिसर है, तमिलनाडु में वो राजनीति कर रहे हैं at an age which is less than 40. He's the president of a national political party, state wing over there, and he speaks damn well. He speaks very nicely. What exactly connects him to the public is his oratory and his command over the language and his command over the issues that will connect with the people. I'm telling you, I was in this area, I forget that place's name, where I went to have some sweet Anand, some restaurant. And I met an old woman who must be not old, but a middle age 50 to 60 के बीच में एक औरत थी. उनसे मैं बात कर रहा था. And she was like, हम अम्मा को वोट करते थे. Coimbatore say, if I'm not wrong, AIDMK candidate is there, and they would say कि हम अम्मा को vote करते थे, but this time we are not going to vote अम्मा or her party because obviously she isn't there, but our vote is for Annamalai. And they would say because he's charismatic, that is the only thing. I'm telling you, you go in an auto in Chennai, you would find the auto driver also being very Bollywood types, and that is what evokes a lot of emotions among the public over there. And Annamalai has, as I said, captured the imagination of the public by his oratory, by his issues. Yeah, Sujit wanted to say something. Sujit.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to say that, you see, as far as Annamalai is concerned, Varun, Annamalai drew a lot of audience. There is no doubt about it. But if you view that in isolation, if you view Annamalai's audience versus Stalin's audience, if you view Annamalai's audience versus Rahul Gandhi's audience, then you will realize that Annamalai had fairly okay audience, reasonably okay audience. Annamalai was given tremendous boost by national media, which others were not. And like no other opposition leaders were given boost. Annamalai was given, he was made to appear like some giant, which he was not in Tamil Nadu. He was okay. He was a fairly good reader. I'm not disputing that. He was a fairly good orator. That also I'm not disputing. But he was nothing like what he was made to be. He was made to look like some huge leader, which he was nowhere close to. So the fact remains that while I agree that Annamalai has built some kind of a brand equity for Bharatiya Janata Party, but the projection of Annamalai is far bigger than what he actually was. This is the point number one that I want to make, Varun. The point number two that I wanted to make is Annamalai is not going to translate into major votes for Bharatiya Janata Party. Annamalai has translated into a lot of awareness for Bharatiya Janata Party in Tamil Nadu. There is no debate about it. But it is not therefore translated into votes. Therefore, I say that ये seats में percentage में बदलेगा because awareness है. But seats में बदलेगा क्या? This is something that I'm kind of doubtful. This is what my understanding is, and the fact still remains that Tamil Nadu is a market that is completely focused towards the Dravidian politics. That is completely focused towards now. Stalin seems to be an absolute leader, absolute numero uno in Tamil Nadu, and Stalin is dominating the political scenario of Tamil Nadu. This also is a fact. See, I'm saying, even if you look at this same figure, which I do not agree to, Axis My India figure 1, 2, 3, even if you look at this figure, end of the day, DMK is getting 20 to 22 out of 39 seats. You see, so the fact remains that the clear domination in Tamil Nadu is Stalin. That's what I would just add on to what Varun said.
Mr. Singh and Sujit, one more point. Now, like I said, when you spoke of South India, Tamil Nadu was really one state that everybody was looking forward to. And the way I saw it, the way I picked it up, there were two broad views. First was, yes, BJP will open its account in Tamil Nadu. They'll get a double-digit vote share. They'll get one seat, at least for sure, which is of Annamalai himself from Coimbatore. And the other was that even if, say, BJP doesn't get seats in Tamil Nadu, yet they have a healthy vote share, the BJP has something to build on when it comes to the assembly elections that are due in Tamil Nadu. Mr. Singh, if assuming the seats hold true, if 1 to 3 seats is what one agency is putting up, will in fact get the Elasma production team to sort of get the other agencies ready as well. What does it mean for the BJP, assuming either of these two things scenarios go true? What does it mean for the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as the South is concerned?
You know, if you're asking about South में और भी बहुत सारे states हैं. It's not just the Tamil Nadu, but Tamil Nadu में इस बार focus ज़्यादा रहा इनका, for a very simple reason, because as we know, Tamil Nadu has its own culture, and every other state has its own culture. It wouldn't be proper for me to say that, but Tamil Nadu sort of is, as I said, very dramatic compared to many other states. यहाँ पे आप मुंबई में किसी से पूछ लो तो उनको तो कई बार तो अब थोड़ा सा ज्ञान आ गया है. That is the reason they know the difference between Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. नहीं तो पहले तो हर किसी को मद्रासी बोल दिया करते थे. So that is the kind of sort of relevance that Tamil Nadu used to have or Chennai used to have for us. But now, and that, so if you win Tamil Nadu, if you have more seats in Tamil Nadu, I think वो बहुत अच्छा उनके लिए एक तरीके का जो पहले कांग्रेस यूज्ड टू रन दिस कि दक्षिण कितना सॉरी उत्तर में हाफ दक्षिण में साफ, दैट इज कंप्लीटली दैट विल डिस्ट्रॉय दैट particular slogan by then, the thing that they used to say about BJP, because what predictions I'm getting for Karnataka is very very not very happy, would send happy music to the ears of Karnataka Congress supporters, because in Karnataka 23 to 25 for the Bharatiya Janata Party and its alliance, that is what is being predicted by almost all the exit polls. Not only Karnataka, in Kerala, I'm told, Mr. George is sitting here, which I wanted to ask him. I'm told in Trivandrum, I was talking to Rahul Ishwar a few minutes ago before I was here. I'm told Trivandrum is probably Shashi Tharoor may not be in a very comfortable position, and there are other seats also, Thrissur, if I'm not wrong. That is what Rahul Ishwar told me. And Palakkad was the other seat. That these are the three seats where he says that the BJP is doing pretty good compared to its previous performance, and he was very sure about Trivandrum, the BJP may win. So, and Karnataka, as I said, in Andhra Pradesh, TDP ke saath, the BJP is doing very good. In Telangana, the BJP performed exceptionally well in the assembly polls, and it is being said that they may even win more seats in the Lok Sabha than the Congress. So the South mein jo the nara of Congress has fallen flat, to be honest, seeing even the vote share, that the Uttar mein half or Dakshin mein saaf for the BJP. So that is what I think. BJP
See,
is doing very
Varun, very honest with you, I'll tell you what the problem with Bharatiya Janata Party predominantly has been this thought process that we have India and then we have one South which is lying there, and possibly Tamil Nadu or Madrasis represent the South. This has been the approach of Bharatiya Janata Party, and possibly, except for Karnataka, that is why Bharatiya Janata Party couldn't break into the South market. And believe me, I still don't think that they can really do much in South. And Kerala, I don't know. George has been quiet for a long time, so I'll allow George and then I will take it over. Varun, 2 more minutes. I'll just ask. We'll both ask George as to what he feels the story is. George.
Mr. George, you're on mute. Mr. George, can you hear us?
George, you're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
There seems to be some audio issues.
George, you can't hear you. Yes.
Can you hear?
I can hear you now. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I was watching very interestingly, Mr. Varun's comments, that's Annapala is attracting a lot of people and he's speaking very well. He's also speaking rubbish things also, That's the difference, because he once he told that this Jayalalitha is a Hindu leader. Was it that? It's true, Jayalalitha was a Hindu leader. A Hindu leader cannot survive in Dravidian politics in Tamil Nadu. If he's saying that I am a Hindu leader, he will be out. He or she will be out. That's very sure for Tamil Nadu. Actually, in South Indian politics, as Mr. Sujit rightly pointed out, that the South Indian people are considering BJP as a Gosai party, a Hindi heartland party. That is the mindset of a average Malayali, average Tamilian, and average Karnataka people. Also the BJP is not considering at all the South India. They are concentrating only for the Hindi heartland, and they know that winning UP, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Bihar, they can rule the country. Because, and in Kerala, you said that Trivandrum, BJP will not open its account in Kerala this time. Whoever may be, police or whoever may be telling that, they are put up a very good fight in Trivandrum and Thrissur. That's very true. But it did not be translated into a victory for BJP in Kerala. Definitely, Shashi Tharoor will be the winner, or maybe it is a slender margin. Pandin Ravindran and Rajiv Chandrasekhar will come second. That is another issue. But definitely, the winner will be this time also is Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Maybe the margin will be very narrow. And in Thrissur also, either Congress or CPM will win. Let's do. They also put up very good fight in Thrissur. That's the situation. BJP cannot open an account. The thing is, the mindset of the people of Tamil Nadu is totally disagreeing, disallowing the politics of the entire ideology of BJP. That's the thing. Actually, Tamil in Kerala, several times this Narendra Modi has come 3 or 4 times in Thrissur. There's a very good large crowd. That's very true. Also, these leaders are attracting so many people. That's all. But the thing is, it is the people of Kerala, especially Kerala and Tamil Nadu, they think that the BJP is a North Indian party, and they are not considering South India. They are sidelining the South India. They're actually financially and all other things, they are not considering South India. That is the mindset, that the thinking of the people of Kerala and Tamil Nadu especially. And the only thing, only once that Karnataka, they are not directly won the elections. They formed a government, that's true. But the elections, they have not won.
I think sorry George to cut you, but I think what we've spoken about Tamil Nadu, we spoke about Kerala. We'll wait for Kerala to come and then we'll continue our topic, because nahi to kya hoga ki we'll oscillate.
Tamil Nadu, Sujit, I think the
Abhijit, 1 second.
voter...
Sorry, I just want to give you one more second. Abhijit Sham, I think he's writing and asking us to go ahead with other states. See, we are getting it as we are giving it to you as we get it from channels. So we are consolidating from channels. So you'll have to wait. It is not in our hands to give it to you fast. Sorry, Shubham, please continue.
Yes. So just to tell our audience, our team is working on the graphics at the back end, so that once the numbers are up, of course, the channels will be much faster than us, but we'll ensure we get the graphics up as soon as possible. ABPC voter, they are predicting 0 to 2 seats for BJP in Tamil Nadu. Another state that has come out is Kerala. Mr. Joseph George was talking about Kerala. Axis My India, Axis My India has put out the numbers for Kerala. They're saying that the BJP may open its account in Kerala by winning 2 to 3 seats. 13 to 14 is what the Congress is expected to get. UDF is expected to get 4, and 2 to 3 for the BJP in Kerala. Now, again, we were speaking about Kerala, and we have the numbers for Kerala coming in right now. Mr. Joseph, Kerala numbers in 2 to 3 for the BJP, and the rest is for the Congress and the UDF. Your first reaction before we move on?
I don't know what is the result, that even the BJP leadership is expecting only, they are hoping for only 2 seats. That is Trivandrum and Thrissur, I don't know which is the 3rd seat this survey has, this exit poll had brought in, which is the 3rd seat, I don't know. Because sitting in Kerala,
Varun.
No, I'm not. I mentioned 3 seats before: Palakkad, Thrissur, Trivandrum. These are the 3 seats which the BJP is hoping that they will win. There is one more seat, I can't get that name, but they're expecting that there could be. But as I was very amused. I actually get very amused listening to many people from the south when they speak about the Bharatiya Janata Party as being an outsider party. Outsider kahan ka outsider? इस देश के बाहर से तो आई हुई पार्टी तो है नहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी, है तो इसी देश की पार्टी. It has formed over here. It has been there in existence since 1980, and it has won elections in across the country. If it is getting a 20% vote share, or forget 20%, if it is getting 14 to 15% vote share in Tamil Nadu, if it is getting even 10% vote share in Kerala, and even 10% in in Andhra Pradesh और तेलंगाना में 15% मिलता है उसको असेंबली में, और कर्नाटका में इसके पहले उनकी सरकार बिना किसी तोड़फोड़ के बनी है. तो and so all these doesn't, either we are living in a our silos from where we can't see the truth that the party is doing well in the south, or the party is working to do well in the south. And one has to understand the Bharatiya Janata Party before commenting on the BJP. The BJP is not an army party. The BJP is not a Congress. The BJP has been, as I was earlier also pointing out, that the BJP knows its limitations. It has to start from scratch and ground zero in many areas, and that is what they have been doing. If I'm not wrong, the RSS has the second number largest shakhas in Kerala, in the country. And they are working over there. They haven't been able to translate them into votes yet, but I'm told I can't get that OBC community ka naam over there in Kerala, but they have tilted towards Modi. They have tilted towards the Bharatiya Janata Party, and these are those people who the BJP will bank upon. The BJP has warmed up to the Christians in Kerala. In the Christian community had openly come out in the past also. Let's see what exactly how they work on it. And Christians.
Varun, then I have a problem. You see, our Prime Minister went into Jharkhand and said that, we are giving holidays on Sunday. So, which side of BJP is the true side? Is it the Hindutva side which they propagate, where they call infiltrators and where they talk about a community that creates a lot of children, or is it the secular side where they're warming up to Christians, they're warming up to Muslims, where the Prime Minister only is very keen on enjoying his Eid with his neighbors and all that. So which side of the Prime Minister is the real BJP, Varun?
Sujit, I don't think when the Prime Minister says that Sunday को छुट्टी क्यों दिलती है, I think that is a common folklore that has been there in this country. Why we started getting Sunday holidays? Before that, we you read about any Indian scripture, there was no Sunday holiday that was ever mentioned.
No, sir. The Sunday holiday has nothing to do with Christianity. It is a organization called the Bombay Hand Mill Workers who who protested, and finally it was decided that one day in a week, that is Sunday, would be given to as holiday, and that too, the head of that unit was a gentleman called Narayan Lokhande, if I'm not mistaken. So it has got nothing to do with the Christianity or anything else for that matter of fact.
You're not. See, again, you're not getting. What I'm trying to say is that Sunday mass thing was associated with the Sunday leave. Why in every other part of the world you would see a Sunday holiday, and that why Sunday holiday is there, except for the Middle East where there is a Friday off.
No, even Middle East even Middle East, Varun, there is a Sunday holiday. You see, even Middle East there is a Sunday holiday. There is a Friday holiday and there is a Sunday holiday.
Few people. That is what I'm saying. Friday holiday in Dubai or in a Bahrain or in a Saudi was because of the Jummah day. That is the same thing over here. Why Sunday mass was the reason why Sunday holidays began, and if you read it properly, the strike and everything, why did they choose Sunday? Why didn't they choose Monday or Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday?
I will. Please go. Can I answer that question? You see, what happens is, globally, most of the countries were shut on Sunday. So it would be only prudent for a country, especially mill workers.
That is why.
No.
But Sujit, that is my question. Why was the Sunday off why is the Sunday off in most of the global countries? Most of the countries that follow Christianity, why was the Sunday off?
Achha, most of the Christianity follows Sunday off is because, yes, according to because there is Sunday mass. That is most of the global. But India didn't practice because of Sunday mass.
India.
No, not because of that. Is what I'm saying.
My question is why was
have you gone to Thane? Thane holiday is on Thursday. If you go to some places, if you go to Aurangabad, most of the holidays are on Fridays. If you go to a lot of places, have got different holidays because of different reasons.
Those are not those. See, you know, even
Okay.
I have seen
Here
it
you have,
since childhood.
here
Let
you've
me-
got Telangana figures.
We've got Andhra. C voter has put out the data for Andhra and Telangana.
see, I was saying
Andhra
Andhra.
is saying 21 to 25 for the NDA.
NDA.
0 to 04 is for
Jagan.
the YSR Congress, which is Jagan Mohan Reddy's party. But again, the NDA 21 to 25, which is if 25, it's a sweep in Andhra. Then there is Telangana 7 to 9 for both the Congress and the BJP. Gentlemen, what do you think of these numbers? And C voter Andhra 21 to 25 for the NDA, National Democratic Alliance, and for the upper limit 0 to 4 is for YSR, and then 7 to 9 Congress and 7 to 9 BJP. Varun and Sujit, your thoughts?
No, I would wait. Varun, please.
Varun.
Yeah, I was saying, for me, it is on the expected lines. I whatever I could gauge from Andhra Pradesh, I don't think this number surprised me anymore, because that is what I was expecting. That, and before this also I had said in Andhra, when the figures weren't out about Andhra and Telangana, I had said that in Telangana the Congress might be on a second position than the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that is what the figures say. There is a You also have to understand, when there's one polarization, there's always counter polarization. The kind of news that you would hear from Andhra Pradesh for the longest period of time, even, you know, I'm not very sure whether the Tirupati MP would be from the NDA or from YSRCP, but the kind of news that you would see from Tirupati land being sold, Tirupati trust land being auctioned, or whatever the other things, and not only that, the kind of things that happened in the last few months over there, the attack on opposition leaders, they being put behind the bars. Obviously, if you see, I have no issues if you're involved in corruption and put behind bars.
Varun, BJP is opposition leader and people put behind bars. I mean, that will be too much to hear. Varun.
No, I'm saying.
Sorry.
See, you know, I'm talking about the public. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि पब्लिक के बीच में जो जिस तरीके का एक इंप्रेशन बनता है, जिस तरीके का एक माहौल बनता है, वो बहुत मायने रखता है. एंड आंध्र प्रदेश, in Andhra Pradesh, people started feeling that unnecessary action was being taken, which I do not support. I say, if someone is corrupt, put behind the bars. That is what I was coming to, and I had even started that line when this thing came up. But you know, as said, there was a lot of discomfort and anti-incumbency बहुत है आंध्र प्रदेश में. Jagan Mohan Reddy has been the CM for a very long time over there. The kind of religious appeasement that happens in Andhra Pradesh is also one of the reasons why many people have voted against the YSRCP. That is one reason. In Telangana, I'm not at all surprised with the numbers again with Telangana. Instead, I would say that BJP might win 10. And the Congress might go down, and the kite may not fly, if what we hear and we can gauge from people. So that is what, in my expectation, is that the BJP will do very good. The assembly elections proved it, and now the BJP will be able to sort of get better seats in Telangana.
I think
we have Mr. Sunil Yadav.
Other guests also. Just one point I wanted to make before that, please. One point I wanted to make, and I will exit. The thing is, let us not take Andhra Pradesh. Let that not be a happy note at the moment, because Andhra Pradesh, the bulk of the 21 to 25 is going to TDP, and TDP currently is with NDA, but that's currently. One doesn't know what the future is, and one doesn't know what the future holds. That's something that I need to put a rider. Please, let's please involve other guests.
Yes, Mr. Sunil Yadav, he's joining us from Telangana. Mr. Yadav, can you hear me? Hi, good evening, sir. Can you hear me? I think there's... Yes. Sir, the Telangana numbers are out. The voter has projected 7 to 9 seats for the Congress, 7 to 9 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party. How do you look at it? कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे?
Around BJP will get around 9 seats, and Congress
Mr. Yadav, I'm not sure if I can hear you clearly. There seems to be some audio issue at the moment. Shashank, are you there on the call with me, Shashank?
Yeah.
Okay. Shashank, are you there on the call?
जी शुभम।
शशांक, तेलंगाना और आंध्रा के फिगर्स आ गए हैं। सी वोटर ने प्रेडिक्ट किया है 21 से 25 एनडीए, मतलब एक करीबन स्वीप देख रहे हैं, और वाईएसआर को 4।
2019 के अगर आंकड़ों की बात करें तो केसीआर की बीआरएस जो पार्टी है वो 0 सीट्स पर थी, तो उससे अगर हम लोग कंपेयर करें तो बिल्कुल वही नंबर हम देख पा रहे हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी 8 सीटें जीती थी, और अगर एआईएमआईएम की हम बात करें तो वो 1 सीट थी, असदुद्दीन ओवैसी की सीट थी, और कांग्रेस पार्टी जो इस बार सत्ता में है वो 2019 में 8 सीटें जीती थी। तो ये 2019 के आंकड़े हैं, और अभी जो एबीपी न्यूज का सर्वे है वो ऐसा कह रहा है कि 7 से 9 सीटें कांग्रेस, भारतीय जनता पार्टी 7 से 9, और एआईएमआईएम 1, और बीआरएस जो है केसीआर की पार्टी वो 0 सीटों पर है। अब ओवैसी का जो मुकाबला है वो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने जा रहा है, क्योंकि उसी सीट पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने माधवी लता को उम्मीदवार बनाया, और वो काफी ज्यादा चर्चित कैरेक्टर रही है इस पूरे इलेक्शन में। उनका एक वीडियो भी काफी वायरल हुआ था, जिसमें वो एक मतलब एलिजेडली वो कथित तौर से वो एक मस्जिद की ओर इशारा करते हुए वो धनुष बाण चला रही थी, जिसके ऊपर उनको नोटिस भी जारी हुआ, उनके ऊपर एफआईआर भी हुई थी। तो मैं जल्दी से वो एक वीडियो जो है वो हमारे दर्शकों को मैं दिखाना चाहूंगा, जिसमें जो है माधवी लता की एक वीडियो जो काफी समय से चर्चा में रही थी।
जी शशांक, like Shashank point, while we get the video up for you, a lot of states, the numbers for a lot of states have in fact come in. It's at rapid pace. Like we said, each agency is putting out number with their own surveys, their calculations, their analysis, and we have state by state number coming in. Let's listen to this. Let's have a look at this clip that Shashank has to show. This was Madhvi Lata, the BJP candidate. She's contesting against Asaduddin Owaisi. This was one gesture that in fact faced a lot of flack for her bow and arrow gesture towards a mosque. There's a video from another angle which showed the BJP candidate Madhvi Lata doing a gesture of bow and arrow towards the mosque, and she's contesting against Asaduddin Owaisi. Sujit, I hope you're back on the call. We have, like I said, we just discussed Andhra Telangana numbers sort of came out, and as far as Andhra is concerned, where the BJP is banking on TDP and Jan Sena, which is the party of Pawan Kalyan, to ensure that their tally goes up there. And as far as Telangana is concerned, for BJP and Congress both, we have several guests joining us at the moment. But Sujit, can you hear me?
Unclear.
We just discussed Madhvi Lata and her controversial gesture, where she did a bow and arrow gesture, where she did like a bow and arrow gesture towards the mosque. That comment faced that gesture rather faced a lot of flack. When you look at the overall political discourse, when you look at how political parties behave, when you look at political parties, what they say, at this point, what does it really say about Indian politics at large?
See, the fact remains that I still believe that these are numbers which are exit polls. I do not think these are final numbers. I do not agree to a lot of these numbers. That being said, you see, the fact remains that somewhere down the line, last year around 2019, Sadhvi Pragya won. Pragya Singh Thakur or whatever she is, she won. She did the same things. She was doing the same thing and people voted for her. It is tipped that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's son is going to win. That is what a lot of people say, a lot of experts say. Possibly that is true. It is working. So what can we talk about? This is what audience wants. And I agree to Varun. You see, polarization happens. At whatever level, polarization happens. And that's exactly what's happened here.
Right. In fact, we speak.
I think we should start showing the other numbers which have come through.
Yes. We'll get it up one by one. This is Jharkhand on your screen right now. Axis My India is predicting 8 to 10 seats for the BJP, 2 to 3 seats for the Congress. The others is seen to get 2 to 3 seats. Now, this is a state that saw the arrest of a sitting Chief Minister, Hemant Soren. He, in fact, resigned just before he was formally arrested, and following his arrest, the state saw a lot of political turmoil because, and soon after that, we had Arvind Kejriwal also getting arrested. So this whole narrative about opposition leaders getting arrested, now will it convert into a sympathy, will lead to a sympathy vote or otherwise, or it doesn't? That's something that all eyes were on as far as the Lok Sabha elections were concerned, because even Hemant Soren's arrest came right on the heels of this general election. So it was touted that even in a small state like Jharkhand, that usually doesn't make it to national news as often as some of the other states do. How will it impact? In fact, if you look at the vote share, the BJP has a 47% vote share. It's touted to get a 47% vote share in Jharkhand compared to 20% of the Congress, 30% for the others. We have C voter in Tamil Nadu. This is a state we already discussed. Even they are predicting 0 to 2 seats for the NDA, which is the BJP. 37 to 39 seats for the opposition India Alliance. We spoke about controversial remarks just a couple of minutes ago with Sujit.
NDA 2 seats seems to be a practical thing, Shubham. NDA 2 seats, because there's one Puducherry seat that is also aligned to NDA. So this,
but this is Sujit. This is, I think, this is 39 plus 1. 39 is what Tamil Nadu gives plus 1 Puducherry. So that's 40. What we are looking on the screen right now is 0 to 2 for NDA. Let's see what the next state. It's Karnataka. The state where BJP sort of swept single-handedly last time. Again, this is another state that has seen a lot of political activity, especially during the election season. The whole saga around Prajwal Revanna and the sexual abuse matter that came up to light. He was just arrested a couple of days ago. The BJP is expected to win 20 to 22 seats in Karnataka, 3 for the JDS and 3 to 5 for the Congress. Now, Sujit, I want to get you in on Karnataka because this is one state, like I said, the Prajwal Revanna story that broke out soon after voting voting completed in Hassan. How do you look at the BJP's performance? This time they've gone ahead with Deve Gowda's party, especially the old Mysuru region, which is the forte of the Deve Gowda family. Now BJP 20 to 22 in Karnataka. Sujit?
See, I will, when Karnataka, Congress came to power in Karnataka, we maintained and we had that day that it was not Congress who came to power, it is BJP who lost power. Okay, people were frustrated with BJP and got to power. Unfortunately, if this is the result this is the result that we are seeing, then therefore Congress has not performed. And to some extent, I will agree to this, is because Congress has not performed. I still don't think it will be 3 to 5. I think it should be better than this, but I still think that Congress has not performed the way to the expectation of Karnataka, and that is precisely why Congress may not be getting the kind of seats that one expected Congress to get in Karnataka, which at least I expected Congress to get in Karnataka. But this is what the opinion poll says, and we will go with it till now.
Sujit, ये भी दिलचस्प है कि तीन सीटों पर बस जेडीएस लड़ रही है और तीन यहाँ पे एग्जिट पोल यानी कि तीनों की तीनों सीटों पर जेडीएस को विजय दिखा रही है। ये भी एक चीज बहुत दिलचस्प देखने को मिल रही
ये
I think
इनफैक्ट
Shubham, you should take
sure,
guests on the line because I think
sure.
we've
I
got
think
guests waiting.
we have guests waiting, but I think there seems to be some technical error as far as the back end is concerned. But we'll keep playing up just to tell our audience we are a very small team that's trying to put this show together for everyone and tell you as many numbers as possible. So pardon any errors, any technical issues that we may face. We have, in fact, Mukul Fukan, who's joining us from Assam. Mr. Mukul, good evening. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, yes.
I think Assam numbers haven't come out yet, but what's your sense? What's your sense as far as Assam is concerned?
So far, Assam is concerned, India would be get 5 seats.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the big issues in Assam that are sort of dominating the news?
How many seats did he say India Alliance will get?
Sorry?
5 seats.
5 seats. 5 seats.
5.
Yeah.
In Assam?
Yeah. Yeah.
हेमंता विश्व शर्मा वाला आसाम की बात कर रहे हैं ना?
Yeah.
हाँ, okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Mr. Mukul, what do you think are the big issues in Assam as far as the election period is concerned? What do you think were the issues on top of the mind of the voters there?
Yeah. This time's elections, all the whole election, one issue is remaining concern in the entire voters, among the voters. तो वो है वो जो का इशू है
का इशू है सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट का
सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट
कैसे देखते हैं उसको लोग
वहाँ पे देखते हैं क्या है नहीं, क्योंकि अगर ये बीजेपी वाला आ जाएगा, लोगों का मानना है ये लोग तो का लागू करेगा है, तो इसीलिए उनका खिलाफ ये इंडिया अलायंस के जो होता है ना वो उनको सपोर्ट दे रहा है, खास करके गौरव गोगोई जो आ रहा है ना, तो इनकी जो इलेक्शन कैंपेन का जो तरीका था लोगों के बीच में काफी ये मन को ये सा गया था, तो इसीलिए पूरा एक अलग सा माहौल बन गया था ये असम में इलेक्शन के दौरान।
जी just for our audience, we have some more numbers coming in. Chanakya News 24 Chhattisgarh results are out, not the results, I beg your pardon, the exit polls are out. 11 seats in Chhattisgarh, 11 plus minus 1 for the BJP, 0 to plus minus maximum 1 for the Congress. In terms of vote share, the BJP is expected to get around 33% plus minus 3% vote share. When you talk about Chhattisgarh, as per the Chanakya News 24 exit poll that is coming out, the BJP 59% plus minus 3% vote share. This is in the state of Chhattisgarh. Gujarat, this is the home state of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and really no surprises there. This is a state that has been the bastion, the home turf, call it whatever you want, for the BJP. This is the state where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah come from. 26 plus minus 2, which is again almost a clean sweep for the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as Gujarat is concerned in terms of vote share. 61% plus minus 3%, 33% plus minus 3% for the Congress. In Uttarakhand, the vote share have come out. This is for Chanakya News 24 exit poll. They are predicting a vote share of about 59% plus minus 3 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 32 plus minus 3 for the Congress. And in terms of seats, 5 seats that Uttarakhand sends to the Lok Sabha, and it is expected that the BJP will win almost all 5. We have with us, in fact, right now, Tejram. Mr. Tejram is joining us from Chhattisgarh. Mr. Tejram, मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ आप हमें सुन पा रहे हैं। छत्तीसगढ़ के जो अभी एग्जिट पोल दिखा रहे हैं, बीजेपी क्लीन स्वीप, कैसे देखते हैं आपसे?
नमस्कार। और छत्तीसगढ़ में मेरी आवाज आ रही है ना सबको?
जी बिल्कुल, बोलिए।
हाँ, छत्तीसगढ़ की जो है 4 बार यहाँ पे लोकसभा जैसे हुआ, चूंकि 2000 में निर्माण होता है, 2004 में पहली बार होता है, फिर वो सिलसिला जारी होता है। तो ज्यादातर समय 9-11 में 10-1, 9-9-2 इसी का आंकड़ा रहा है। और पिछली बार 2019 की जब हम बात करते हैं तो छत्तीसगढ़ में कांग्रेस की सरकार थी और बीजेपी जो है 11 में से 9 सीटों पर थी। 2 जो सीटें थी वो थी कांग्रेस जहाँ पे जीती थी, वो थी बस्तर, जहाँ से अभी वर्तमान में कवासी लखमा प्रत्याशी है। और पिछले जो है पिछली बार अभी जो पिछले जो सांसद थे वो स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट है कांग्रेस के। और दूसरी जो सीट पर जहाँ पे जीती थी वो थी कोरबा की सीट। तो छत्तीसगढ़ में जो अभी एग्जिट पोल आ रहे हैं उसके आधार पे 10-1 का जो चल रहा है, तो 9 और 11 के बीच का अंतर हमेशा से रहा है, 2 का अंतर हमेशा रहा है यहाँ पे, 9-2-11 ऐसे होते रहा है। तो ऐसे में छत्तीसगढ़ की ग्राउंड रियलिटी पर जब हम बात करेंगे तो जो एक जो सीट बताई जा रही है, संभवतः ये जो है बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग मुकाबला इस बार, क्योंकि छत्तीसगढ़ में पिछली बार आप सबने देखा कि कांग्रेस की सरकार थी और वो पूर्ण बहुमत की सरकार थी। किसी ने भी नहीं सोचा था कि इस कदर वो जा सकती है। तो ऐसे में छत्तीसगढ़ की राजनीतिक जो हालात रहे वो विधानसभा के बाद में बदली है। और ऐसे में जो पूर्व में जो मुख्यमंत्री रहे कांग्रेस से भूपेश बघेल, वो भी इस बार लोकसभा के प्रत्याशी है। राजनांदगांव लोकसभा सीट से वो प्रत्याशी है। उनके जो है प्रतिद्वंदी सिटिंग जो अभी एमपी है वो संतोष पांडे है। ऐसे में उनको रिपीट किया गया है। और मजेदार बात यह है कि उस सीट से कही जा रही थी कि अभिषेक सिंह को भी संभवतः मिल सकता है। ऐसे में देखने वाली बात और बहुत रोचक बात है कि क्या एक जो सीट दिखाई जा रही है वो राजनांदगांव है या वो और कोई सी सीट है, क्योंकि कोरबा भी बहुत हॉट सीट है। 2-3 सीटें जो यहाँ पे हॉट सीट मानी जा रही है, उनमें से कोरबा इसलिए है क्योंकि
तेजराम
अभी
जी,
वर्तमान में भी
मैं ये समझना चाह रहा हूँ आपसे कि क्या मुख्य मुद्दे हैं छत्तीसगढ़ में धरातल स्तर पर।
छत्तीसगढ़ में धरातल स्तर पर जो मुद्दे हैं वो पिछली बार जो गवर्नमेंट बीजेपी की कांग्रेस की जब सरकार थी, तो ये तो पीएससी का मुद्दा था जो गरमाया था। और लगातार जो है सीबीआई जांच की बातें हो रही है। और अभी जैसे ही जैसे चुनावी माहौल बना, दूसरा महादेव है। तो महादेव और जो पीएससी घोटाला है, पिछली गवर्नमेंट को ले डूबने में 2 महत्वपूर्ण योगदान इसका माना जाता है, यही देखा जाए। उसके बाद हिंदू मुस्लिम वाला जो फैक्टर आता है, क्योंकि छत्तीसगढ़ में ईश्वर साहू, आप सब जानते हैं ईश्वर साहू को जो है उनके जो बेटा है वो एक घटना जब होती है तो वो नहीं रहते इस दुनिया में। तो उसी बीच में उनके जो फादर है उनको वो जो सीट है साझा विधानसभा है, जहाँ से दिग्गज मंत्री जो रहे लंबे वक्त तक मंत्री और जो विधायक रहे रविंद्र चौबे को हराकर जीत आते। तो ऐसे में 3-4 मुद्दे हैं छत्तीसगढ़ के ग्राउंड पर। एक तो है पीएससी घोटाला और दूसरा है महादेव जिसपे कांग्रेस जो है बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपोज हुई है। तीसरा कोयला घोटाला जिसपे अभी भी 2 आईएएस जो है वो अभी भी जो है जेल में है, लगातार उस पर बातें हो रही है। और एक जो है वो है हिंदू मुस्लिम वाला फैक्टर। तो 4-5 मुद्दे हैं जिस पर पिछली बार भी कांग्रेस ने जो है हार गई थी इसी के कारण, और इस बार उसी मुद्दे को थोड़ा भुनाया गया है, क्योंकि राम मंदिर बना, राम
तेजराम, ये
मंदिर के
समझना
बाद
चाहूंगा
में
कि
जो
ये जो हसदेव के जंगल का जो इशू रहा है वो थोड़ा सा बताएं, और वो कितना इफेक्ट देखने को, उसका क्या इलेक्शन से रिलेटेड कोई उसका इफेक्ट रहा। पहले बताएं हसदेव जंगल का क्या मुद्दा है और उससे जुड़ा कितना इम्पैक्ट इलेक्टोरल वोटिंग पे पड़ा है।
मजेदार बात यह है कि हमेशा से पर्यावरण चुनाव में मुद्दा ही नहीं रहा है। आप जितने बार भी देखेंगे तो कट रहा है। तो ऐसे में जो सरगुजा जो डिवीजन है, सरगुजा डिवीजन में ही हसदेव का जो फॉरेस्ट एरिया आता है जो सेंट्रल इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा वो माना जाता है। तो ऐसे में कुछ प्रतिशत है जो खफा है निश्चित रूप से। लेकिन जो नैरेटिव सेट हुआ है कि चुनाव से ठीक पहले उसकी कटाई रुकी, उसके बाद फिर से वो जारी है, तो ऐसे में थोड़ा सा फैक्टर रहेगा। लेकिन और मजेदार बात ये बताऊं कि सरगुजा ही संभाग में सबसे ज्यादा मतदान हुए हैं। और वहां के जो अभी लोकसभा में जो प्रत्याशी है वो पूर्व में कांग्रेस से विधायक रहे हैं। और जब उनको टिकट नहीं दिया गया तो वो पूरी की पूरी जो है इसमें शामिल हुए बीजेपी में और अभी लोकसभा के प्रत्याशी है। तो मजेदार बात इस पे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, यहाँ पे जो हसदेव वाली बात हो रही है, तो हसदेव सोशल मीडिया पर काफी ज्यादा है। और यदि ग्राउंड रियलिटी की जब हम बात करेंगे तो जो जागरूक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों तक वो इन्फॉर्मेशन कैसे पहुंचेगी, तो वो मुझे नहीं लगता कि हसदेव बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट करेगा। और करता भी है तो 2-4% वो जो है वोट बैंक पे आएगा, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा वहां पे मतलब मतदान हुए हैं। और वो जो एरिया है जो वर्तमान में बीजेपी से जो चिंतामणि महाराज वहां से जो लोकसभा के लिए प्रत्याशी हैं, उनके जो पिताजी रहे हैं वो वहाँ संत गहिरा गुरु जी, उनके नाम पे यूनिवर्सिटी भी है, स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी। ऐसे में काफी प्रभाव देखने के लिए वहां पे मिलता है। तो ऐसे में मुझे लगता है कि सरगुजा में चूंकि अभी 12 जो विधायक है उस संभाग में, वो पूरी की पूरी आपके बीजेपी के खेमे में है। तो ऐसे में हसदेव वाला जो फॉरेस्ट एरिया वहां पे आ रहा है, यदि वो परसेंटेज भी कम करता है तो बहुत ज्यादा इस रिजल्ट पर नहीं होने वाला। लेकिन पर्यावरण का मुद्दा होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब से रायपुर टॉप 10 सिटीज में आ रहा है, छत्तीसगढ़ की कुछ ऐसी सिटी आ रही है, तो ये बहुत ज्यादा वो वाली बात है। जी
तेजाम जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। छत्तीसगढ़ पे भी नजर रहेगी जब चुनाव के जो परिणाम है 4 तारीख को वो आएंगे। शशांक, लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेट. Let's look at what we have with the number. This is the state of Bihar. Again, a very interesting state. 40 seats Bihar sends to the Lok Sabha. This is a state that is Nitish Kumar has sort of been at the forefront of all political activities that have been happening in this state. Paltu Ram, as some people call him, known for his flip-flops. He was with the BJP, then he switched and he partnered with Lalu Yadav's party, which is RJD, and then again he flipped back with the BJP. Currently, he's, like I said, his final status is, as of now, he's contesting with the BJP 40 seats. The BJP is expected to get 13 to 15 seats in Bihar. 1 to 2 for the Congress, 9 to 11 seats for Nitish Kumar's party, and 6 to 7 is for the RJD. Now, like I said, the Tejasvi factor has been something that has been, again, one of the most focal points. शशांक, मैं चाहता हूँ आप इस पर भी आप अपनी टिप्पणी करें। तेजस्वी यादव जो फैक्टर निकल के आया है, जो वीडियो सोशल मीडिया पर आ रहे हैं, जिस तरह की गर्दी और जो भीड़ उनके रैलीज में हमें देखने आ रही है, एट द मोमेंट इट डजंट लुक लाइक कि ये दिस विल कन्वर्ट इनटू समथिंग मोर सब्सटेंशियल दैट द आरजेडी एंड द इंडिया अलायंस एट लार्ज वुड बी एक्सपेक्टिंग। शशांक,
200 से ज्यादा रैली शुभम तेजस्वी यादव ने इस इलेक्शन में किया। और हमको ये भी समझना है कि उनको बैक का इतना मेजर इशू होने के बावजूद उन्होंने लगातार जो तेज तर्रार युवा नेता होता है उस तरीके से 200 से अधिक रैली तेजस्वी यादव ने बिहार में किया। पूरे बिहार में वो हेलीकॉप्टर पे घूमे। हालांकि जैसे जैसे इलेक्शन खत्म होने की ओर बढ़ा तो प्रधानमंत्री ने एक बयान भी दिया अपने भाषण के दौरान। उन्होंने कहा जो हेलीकॉप्टर से घूम रहे हैं वो बहुत जल्द जेल जाने वाले। तो उस पे भी तेजस्वी ने तेज तर्रार उन्होंने जवाब दिया। तो हर चीज को लेके वो एकदम एक्टिव रहे। मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं बिहार के अंदर में ये जो पूरा महागठबंधन जो है उसके अंदर में अगर कोई एक फेस बना है, जो एक फेस लगातार बिहार में अगर कोई चल रहा है, तो वो मुझे लगता है बिना शर्त वो तेजस्वी यादव है। उसमें कोई दो मत नहीं होना चाहिए कि तेजस्वी यादव ने बहुत अच्छी, जब हम लोग डायनेस्टी पॉलिटिक्स की भी बात करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि वो सही तरीके से, मतलब जो टेक ओवर करने वाली बात है वो मुझे लगता है कि वो तेजस्वी यादव उन नेताओं में से है जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जो है अपने पिताजी की जो लेगेसी है उसको वो ले जाने में मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं सफल रहे हैं। तो मैं ये चाहूंगा कि एक वीडियो दिखाना चाहूंगा मैं हमारे दर्शकों को, जिसमें उन्होंने जवाब दिया था प्रधानमंत्री के एक बयान का। वो वीडियो मैं दिखाना चाहूंगा।
While Shashank gets the video ready for us, if we talk about vote share in Bihar, 21% for the BJP, 10% for the Congress, 19% for the JDU, and 24% for the Rashtriya Janata Dal, which is Lalu Yadav's party. Meanwhile, I would like to thank all our guests, Mr. Furqan, Mr. Singh, everyone who joined us for the broadcast. I know it's been a up and down sort of a broadcast as far as getting everybody together has been concerned. But this is what we have for you at the moment. Bihar vote share, BJP expected to have 21% vote share and 13 to 15 seats out of 40 in this state that is led by Nitish Kumar, who's the chief minister currently. The Congress 1 to 2 seats, 9 to 11 is what Nitish's party is expected to get. Sujit, if I can come to you on this one, Bihar, Maharashtra were among the 2, 3, 4 key states that were looked at as something that will decide the battle for 2024. Who would win eventually, and what would the overall numbers be like? With 40 seats, 13 to 15 for the BJP, the India Alliance expected to not cross double digits. In fact, as per the Axis My India numbers for the state of Bihar, what do you think of these numbers, Sujit? Again, a state
now,
where
now I think let's go back to Karnataka. Let's go back to actually Tamil Nadu or Kerala, and can we go back from all the states one by one, so that we can put a plan together, we can understand it together, and then we'll go with the final numbers, because we've been taking it one by one. So if we can start with, say, Kerala, and we go and go up to Jharkhand as the numbers, then we can talk about the.
Okay. So yeah. Yes, this is Kerala. Yes. We're starting from down south.
Yes.
NDA 2 to 3 seats. This is as per the Axis My India exit poll. 17 to 18 for UDF, 0 to 1 for the LDF, and others 0. Again, the big takeaway here is 2 to 3 seats for the National Democratic Alliance. This is the southern state of Kerala. If you look at vote share, the NDA is expected to get 27% vote share, the UDF a 41% vote share, LDF at 29%. So this was Axis My India with Kerala, 20 seats that it sends to the Lok Sabha. The UDF is expected to almost sweep the state, barring a couple of seats for the National Democratic Alliance here. If we go to Bihar, this is one state where we already looked at 13 to 15 for the BJP out of 40 seats that this state sort of sends to the Lok Sabha. If you look at some of the other polling agencies and their broadcast, C Voter has put out their projection for Kerala. UDF is expected to win 17 to 19 seats, and the NDA 1 to 3. This is the ABP C Voter survey, and this is their estimate out of the 20 seats in the state of Kerala, 17 to 19 for the UDF, 1 to 3 for the NDA. If you look at Telangana, C Voter, ABP, 7 to 9 seats for the Congress, 7 to 9 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. These are the numbers we have at the moment for you. If you look at Karnataka, Axis My India, 28 seats, 20 to 22 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 3 to 5 for the Congress, and 3 for the party led by H.D. Devagada. We have Maya Sharma joining us from Karnataka. Maya, ma'am, good evening. It's lovely to see you after quite some time, actually. And we have the Karnataka numbers up here. Axis My India, 20 to 22 for the BJP. How do you look at these?
Election. Sorry about that. Always a pleasure to talk about elections and Karnataka elections in particular. Well, these numbers, very interesting indeed. There was perhaps an anticipation that with the Congress government in power in the state, that perhaps the Congress would do a little bit better than these numbers seem to indicate. These are, of course, the exit polls, not the final results. But it was expected that the BJP would not be able to reach that 25 out of 28 seats, that great performance they did last time in 2019. It was expected that the Congress would be able to convert its advantage of being in power in the state to win more seats than are indicated here. Of course, we'll know on the 4th what the actual figure is, but this does definitely seem to show a trend very much in favor of the BJP-JDS alliance, the 28 seats in Karnataka, with a lion's share really supposedly going to the NDA alliance as of now, as of these exit poll results that we're seeing right now.
Ma'am, Sujit here, if I may ask a question, Shubham, with your permission. Ma'am, I wanted to ask you what really made this change? What really happened? Why is Congress performing so poorly?
Well, like I said, it is a surprise because the Congress, the 5 guarantees given by the Congress during the assembly elections certainly did seem to work in their favor during the elections itself. But you must also remember that Karnataka does tend to do it differently when it comes to assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections. That's almost been the trend in the state for several decades now, that the party in power in the state would be different from the party in power at the center. Very rarely have we had what is called by the BJP a double-engine government. Very often the state government is a different party or a different alliance from that at the center. So that could be one factor, that the people of Karnataka vote differently when it comes to Lok Sabha polls and differently when it comes to assembly polls. That is, of course, one possibility. The other is, the appeal of the BJP across India, the appeal of Prime Minister Modi, who's been on a hectic schedule of campaigning. Karnataka was always considered the gateway to the south. It is the only southern state to have had a BJP government in place. It had the first BJP South Indian chief minister in B.S. Yediyurappa. So all of those are factors which would go in the BJP's favor. So yes, while being in power in the state does usually give an advantage, especially if assembly polls have been held within, say, a year of the Lok Sabha polls, it's been about that time, a year since the assembly polls, one might have expected a bigger advantage for the Congress, but Karnataka, like I said, tends to do it differently.
Would you call this a referendum Would you call this a referendum on the current government, on the current Congress government, the last 1 year of their governance?
Well, of course, that's always the question when there is a government in place. And of course, you're going to see if these exit polls do translate to actual results on the 4th. You will, of course, see a huge amount of denial from the Congress saying this is not a referendum on our government, and the BJP equally assuredly saying this is definitely a judgment of the Congress in Karnataka. I think that there is that division in the voters' mind in this state as to who they want to see in the center, who they want to see in the state. And the Congress victory last year in the assembly polls was a really solid, convincing victory. It wasn't neck and neck at any stage. It was absolutely the Congress all the way. And if these numbers are to carry out to the actual counting day, well, this is, a huge victory for the BJP, which is very interesting because there have been many changes made by the BJP in Karnataka. They've changed any number of sitting BJP MPs. Like I said, they did have 25 out of 28 BJP MPs from Karnataka, and of course the support of one independent in Sumalata Ambarish. Despite changing these, or maybe because of changing this, perhaps changing all of the sitting MPs, many sitting MPs, the BJP could have done better. But it could also be other factors as well. The economy, the perception of India abroad, there are many factors coming into play. But I feel that the Congress government in the state would feel extremely disappointed if these exit poll figures are reflected on the day of counting as well. They would have thought they would do better than this.
Shubham, please.
Yeah, so we have the numbers for C voter. ABP C voter have put out their numbers for Karnataka, 23 to 25 for the NDA. The Congress is expected to win 3 to 5 seats as per the C voter ABP exit poll. My ma'am, I would like to get your thoughts on the whole Prajwal Revanna issue it's been in the news cycle for almost a month. He went abroad once this scandal came to light, and he was just arrested a couple of days back. How do you see this entire issue playing out in the larger context as far as the state of Karnataka is concerned? Because the accounts that were coming out of the victims who spoke out, some of the reports that were published, they were horrifying, spine-chilling accounts of what that man has been accused of doing. So how do you look at the entire saga playing out, considering it involves one of the most popular families that the state of Karnataka has seen?
Horrifying is absolutely the right word to describe the allegations made against the Hassan MP Prajwal Revanna. And the focus, of course, must be on making sure the women survivors, if the allegations are proved to be correct, that the women survivors are given the support they need, and that the trial is conducted fairly, and that there is protection given to women who have come forward as witnesses. That is the priority. But there is no denying the political fallout also. Interestingly, of course, the allegations became widely known. Although these pen drives were allegedly surfacing elsewhere. And although it seems as if many people did in fact know what was going on, it actually became widely public just after the voting finished in Hassan district. In the southern part of the state, the voting had finished by the time this came out. Voting was on April the 27th, and it was on the 27th night that Prajwal, in fact, left to Germany. So it would not have had an impact on the voting itself. The northern part of Karnataka did vote later on in May. And of course, whether the allegations would have had much of an impact there, that is not quite clear, because the Janata Dal Secular, the party to which Prajwal Revana belongs, his father, his grandfather, the Janata Dal Secular, they are strong in the south, but they were never really big players in the north of the state. And it was the north of the state that was voting later on. But it was definitely used, the terrible allegations were definitely used by the Congress to attack the BJP as well. Because, of course, Prime Minister Modi had come and attended rallies and, in fact, had supported Prajwal Revana and said, vote for this man. And there are also allegations, it is also being saying that the leadership of all the parties knew about these terrible allegations, that the BJP leadership had been told that these pen drives were in circulation, that these charges were being made, that these terrible sex crimes had actually happened. So it's not as if the parties can all claim innocence. I'm talking about the Congress as well as the BJP and the JDS. So Congress did use this to attack the Prime Minister and the BJP, saying that you knew about this, you had an inclination about this, and yet you not only supported this candidate, gave him the ticket, but you also campaigned for him actively. So it may have definitely have an impact going ahead on the Janata Dal Secular itself, because it's very much a family party. The grandfather, Deve Gowda, former Prime Minister, his sons, their children, their wives, it's a very much a family-run party. So one is not sure whether the JDS itself can recover from this. But in terms of voting, the voting was done by the time this scandal really came out into the public eye. The allegations of this assault really came out. So in terms of results, it may not have had much of an impact when it comes to Karnataka.
How do you see the BJP-JDS partnership playing out? Because for the JDS, there's a lot at stake, given the assembly election results, where they did not perform as well as they would have expected to. What does it really mean for the NDA at large, having Deve Gowda's party with them, and for a regional party in JDS that's sort of almost struggling for survival as far as their electoral career is concerned, the number of seats they are winning, dwindling election after election? How do you see this overall partnership playing out?
Well, of course, the Janata Dal Secular did tie up with the BJP in a bid to stay relevant. Its vote share dropped in the last election to just 10% from 20%. It won only one seat, the Hassan seat of Prajwal Revana. But then again, the Congress also only won one seat last time round. So, of that of Bengaluru Rural. So, it's a bid by the JDS to stay relevant by hitching its wagon to what it thinks is the victor, the BJP. They think that if they tie up with the BJP, they will have a future. They can continue to exist because they are very much a regional party and they've not been doing great even in their home state of Karnataka. So they chose to tie up with the BJP in a bid to stay relevant and at the national level to have a say, to be part of the ruling coalition if the NDA does in fact come back to power for a third straight term. For the BJP, they also reckon that in the south of Karnataka, the old Mysuru region, that is really where they needed to make some inroads. It's an area dominated by the Congress and the JDS. And they hope that by tying up with JDS, their combined forces could perhaps give them a bit of an edge in this area, at least an entry in this area, because they have not done well electorally in this part of the state in the past. And since they were looking to Karnataka to boost their presence in the south of the country, it was a mutually advantageous decision. Of course, it did alienate people, not just Janata Dal Secular voters who did not appreciate the tie with the BJP. It also caused some internal dissent as well. Some senior leaders in the JDS were not happy with the decision to tie up with the BJP. And there has been considerable friction within the party, which may take its own toll. And of course, this terrible scandal, the terrible allegations of sexual assault, sexual abuse against Prajwal Revana will also take a toll on the party for some time to come. And the BJP will need to be very careful as to how it presents its alliance with the JDS going ahead.
So you think with the whole Prajwal...
I would like to ask a question. Has the Congress been successful in fulfilling the guarantees it had made in the assembly polls?
Well, of course, those big 5 guarantees of the Congress was its main electoral plank in the last elections, in the assembly elections in 2023. And of course, it's not been figured out 100% yet. That will still take time. There are allegations that it's falling short in some areas. But by and large, some of the schemes have been implemented and they have been met with great appreciation, whether it's the free bus travel for women. You've seen a greater number of women riding buses, a greater number of women just being out, occupying public spaces. And I think that is a thing which the women of Karnataka have been appreciating, whether it's free units of electricity. These are all kind of things which actually help the common person, a certain amount of money to an unemployed graduate or diploma holder, money, cash being given to the woman head of the family. These are all very basic things which are helping the poorest sections of society, and they have been received well. But again, the people of Karnataka may be thinking these will continue. The state government, the Congress numbers in Karnataka do seem to be pretty rock solid. So the state government will be there, the 5 guarantees will continue. So it doesn't really affect those guarantees if they choose more BJP MPs, if they go towards the BJP when it comes to the Lok Sabha. But while, of course, it's not been 100% implementation, I think the Congress government has made progress on the implementation of their 5 promises.
So essentially, you're saying the voting pattern is very clear now. People of Karnataka vote one way when it comes to electing their state government, picking their chief minister, and the other way when it comes to picking their prime minister. Interesting observation there. Ma'am, you spoke about the whole Prajwal Revanna scandal and how the BJP will need to be more careful going forward. Now that Prajwal Revanna is back, he's been taken into police custody for at least 6 days now. The sheer fact that all political parties were involved in this, they knew about it. And the reason why I'm coming back to it, of course, we spoke about the exit poll numbers, but the reason why I'm coming back to the whole Prajwal Revanna issue is because of the sheer scale, the accounts, and the fact that deep down all politicians across parties knew about it. What does it is it almost like a new low for the state of Karnataka when you look at the political history that this state has seen over the years?
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy the way this whole terrible case has been dealt with from the start. With hundreds of pen drives reportedly around, so many people seem to know about it. We had a BJP leader saying that he'd written to the higher ups of the BJP saying that this is happening. Make sure you don't give a ticket to Prajwal Revanna. The Congress will use this to embarrass us. All talking along the political lines, not talking about the trauma that these women allegedly faced, not talking about the way their lives have been blighted, not talking about that at all, but talking about the potential political fallout and why, if this person did know about this, about the presence of these pen drives which reportedly show violence, abuse, rape, isn't it the responsibility of that person to go to the police, not merely to write to political seniors, to political bosses, but to go to the police? Nobody seemed to go to the police with these charges. It was all about how can we embarrass another party when it comes to these tapes? How can we use this? Let's keep it quiet because it'll have a political fallout. I mean, the cynicism, the coldness of that, it could very well be a new low because, like you said, the scale of the allegations against Prajwal Revanna, they're absolutely horrifying. The abuse, the sexual assault of one woman is terrible enough, but this case seems to include far more than that. It seems to run into dozens, and it's just a terrible thing that it was cynically viewed as a political opportunity or a political embarrassment, and not the focus on the women whose lives have been so sadly affected if these allegations are indeed proved.
Well said, ma'am. I think what you said is absolutely correct, and it is so. It's actually sad when you see this and the way it was handled and the way it was politicized. Anyway, I think we've got Maharashtra figures.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just go to
before we get to the Maharashtra figures. I would just like to thank Maya ma'am for taking out time, joining us. Always a pleasure speaking with you, Maya ma'am. Thank you so much for joining.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much,
Maya. Okay, here are the big numbers for the state of Maharashtra. Sujit, Shashank, I think this is one state that all of us in the newsroom were keenly looking forward. This is C voter Maharashtra, 48 seats. Nothing to really separate the two sides, 22 to 26 for the NDA and 23 to 25 for the Mahavikas Aghadi or the India Alliance. Sujit, before we go to Shashank, I would first like to get your comments on these initial numbers that you see of Maharashtra.
I was looking at, I was actually hoping for much better. I was hoping for 30 for India, but this seems to be a fairly close to reality. That reality is something else, close to reality. But yes, Uddhav Thackeray has done well for and the sympathy that he got because of the split has worked for him. Now the breakup we'll come to know later on, but as on now, I think these figures look quite encouraging for the India alliance, and let us see where it goes from here. But these figures look very encouraging, and this was expected figures. Most of us in Maharashtra expected these figures, and that's where it stands at the moment.
I would just like to request the production team, if there are any other agencies that have put out the numbers for Maharashtra, we'll get that on the screen and sort of get all the numbers that we have for our viewers. Shashank, 22 to 26 NDA, 23 to 25 C voter ABP exit poll for Maharashtra. कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे?
Quite Shubham, quite similar to what we had predicted in Shivaji Park. So starting with that, but I too believe.
Yes, that's something that he is going to say, that because he predicted 24. Oh my God, we forgot. Shubham, hello.
Absolutely.
Give him the credit. Please give him the credit. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, but as Sujit rightly said, I think that the number might definitely go up for महाविकास आघाड़ी. मुझे लगता है कि 30 के करीब एक नंबर होगा महाविकास आघाड़ी का, और मुझे लगता है कि एनडीए में भी जो अधिकतम एकनाथ शिंदे और एनसीपी के जो गुट है जो उनके साथ है, अब उनके लिए मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं मुश्किलें बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ने वाली है, क्योंकि अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ये लगता है कि जो हमारा अलायंस पार्टनर है वो उतना नहीं दे पा रहा है जितना उसको देना चाहिए, तो डेफिनेटली मुझे लगता है कि क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र इस साल असेंबली विधानसभा के लिए भी जाने वाला है, तो मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं अब शिंदे और अजीत पवार के लिए कहीं ना कहीं मुश्किलें आती हुई इस जगह पर नजर आ रही है. मैं सुजीत से भी ये जानना चाहूंगा कि कितना आप देखते हैं, क्योंकि अब नेक्स्ट प्लान इनको करना है, क्योंकि स्टेट में तो हमने जब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के काफी नेताओं से भी बात किया तो वो ये कहते थे कि लोकसभा में तो मोदी के नाम पे हमको वोट मिल रहा है, मोदी के नाम पे आप किसी को भी खड़ा कर दो तो जीत के आ जाएंगे, एक विजन है, एक है, बट विधानसभा में हमारे लिए मुश्किलें होने वाली है. तो अब क्या आत्मचिंतन, किस तरीके की सोच भारतीय जनता पार्टी को रखनी चाहिए, ये मैं सुजीत से समझना चाहूंगा.
See, actually, Shashank, point is like this. ऐसा है कि इस बार महाराष्ट्र ने महाविकास आघाड़ी को वोट दिया, महाराष्ट्र ने उद्धव ठाकरे को वोट दिया. ये बड़ा क्लियर है. महाराष्ट्र ने उद्धव ठाकरे को वोट दिया, और जो मोदी वेव था वो महाराष्ट्र, जो हमने भी देखा कि वो वेव महाराष्ट्र में बिल्कुल दिख नहीं रहा था. सो उसका रिजल्ट है. मैं एक्चुअली ये सजेस्ट करूंगा कि अगर वी कैन गो फास्ट, we can go move ahead and go to all the states. Yes. And then we come back and do the analysis. I think that will be interesting. Let's go through all the states as
okay. Okay. In fact, even Daniel Lata has put a comment. He's saying, please give exit poll for all the states. Mr. Daniel, we're trying to get you as many numbers as possible. Like I said, 3 agencies working with varying speeds and putting out the numbers as and when possible. This is Rajasthan, C voter ABP exit poll. Out of the 25 seats, it's between 21 to 23 for the BJP and 2 to 4 seats for the India Alliance. Now, this is one of the states, especially in what we call the Hindi heartland, that is seeing a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress. Now, the interesting stat to note here is that in 2019, in the seats where the BJP and Congress contested head-to-head, where they had a direct battle, 92% strike rate was something that the BJP had, which means if there were 100 seats where the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party fought head-to-head, 92 of them were won by the BJP. So that is the baseline that we're talking about, especially in states that send a large number of MPs to the Lok Sabha, Rajasthan being one of the 25 seats. Of course, in the overall context, it does matter. Every seat counts, especially if the national numbers paint a very close picture. Especially in those cases, every seat counts. So C voter ABP says 21 to 23 for the BJP, 2 to 4 for the India alliance. Madhya Pradesh, another state in the Hindi heartland, 26 to 28 out of the 29 seats for the BJP, almost a sweep. Remember, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, both states, the BJP had almost maxed out, winning 95, 96, 97% of the seats, if not 100. This was a seat. This was a state rather where the Congress could manage to just win one seat. That was the seat, if I'm not wrong, of Chhindwara, which is Kamal Nath's son. He ended up winning that one seat in Madhya Pradesh. And now C-voter AVP is saying 26 to 28 seats for the BJP. The India Alliance, which is essentially the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh, just 1 to 2 seats. Next up, Karnataka is something that we've already discussed. And let's get some other states that we have lined up for you. Chanakya, Uttarakhand, 5 seats. All 5 are expected to go to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Congress, best case scenario, seems to be just 1 seat when you speak of Uttarakhand. And if we go at other sort of states that are coming up at the moment, we have Gujarat is the next state. Axis My India, Gujarat, 25 to 26. Again, no real surprises there. This is a home state of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he is expected, where the party rather was expected to sweep the state like they have been doing election after election 26 in the 26 Lok Sabha seats. If you look at vote share, 63% vote share the BJP is expected to get in Gujarat, 30% for the Congress, 3% for the Aam Aadmi Party, which is trying to make inroads in this state. Rajasthan, Axis My India is saying 16 to 19 out of 25 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 5 to 7 seats for the Congress, and 1 to 2 are the others. We just showed you the C-voter numbers, C-voter AVP exit poll numbers of Rajasthan just a couple of minutes ago. These are Axis My India, India Today exit poll numbers that say 16 to 19.
I just want to interrupt you for a second here.
Sure.
You see, while we are seeing these figures are looking fabulous, which they are for Bharatiya Janata Party. But what we understand is this was similar to what it was in 2019. In the states, Janata Party has been losing 1, 2, 3, 4 seats from what they were before. So while the numbers look good, but it is they've a loss of say 5 seats from Rajasthan, which was otherwise 100 out of 100, full 25 out of 25 went to Bharatiya Janata Party last time. So technically, it's a loss of 5 seats for Bharatiya Janata Party. So that's something that I just wanted to add on to your
right.
Please go ahead. Thanks.
If you look at Rajasthan vote share, Axis My India is predicting 51%, more than half the vote share for the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state, 37% for the Congress. Chhattisgarh, that's a state we've already gone through. Out of the 11, BJP is expected to win, as per the Axis My India exit poll, 10 to 11 seats. It's almost again sweeping that state of Chhattisgarh. 37% vote share of the Congress versus 57% vote share of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state of Chhattisgarh. Jharkhand, if you're just joining us, we'll take you through the numbers, whatever is coming. Jharkhand, 14 seats, 8 to 10 for the BJP, 2 to 3 for the Congress. Now, this is a state that saw the arrest of Hemant Soren. Sympathy factor, sympathy wave, whatever you call it, that is something that was expected to come into play, and an interesting part to look at as to whether or not it will actually have any tangible effect as far as the results for the Lok Sabha are concerned. Kerala is something that we already predicted. The exit poll numbers were already put out. I think that's what we have largely, Sujit, at the moment. We've gone through many of the states that have the numbers for which have already come out. If I am reading,
I think almost every state we have covered. Almost we've covered most of the states except for West Bengal, Bihar.
West Bengal.
Yeah. So I think as we go ahead, it's going to come through.
Right.
Point that I'm sorry.
Just Sujit, before you come in, I would just like to give the overall numbers so far. Axis My India, the overall numbers 161 to 180. Now 264 seats as per the Axis My India exit poll. 264 seats they've put out their exit poll for those. Out of the 264 seats, the NDA is expected to get 161 to 180, and the India Alliance 79 to 100. Now, I expect this tally to go up because these are just 264 seats we're talking
Can
about.
you repeat, please? Can you repeat?
Out of 264 seats, which is as of now, Access My India Today is telecasting these numbers. The NDA is expected to win 161 to 180, compared to the India Alliance, which is around 79 to 100. This is 264 out of 543 constituencies.
Okay.
So yeah. Now I think, Sujit, while we get the other states loaded, your general impression, I think from the south we've gone to west, we've looked at MP. UP is one state that is still, if I'm not wrong, yet to come.
Yeah. So as on now, NDA looks 161 to 180. While it looks very good, like Yash Dubey tells us, it looks good for NDA. There is no doubt, Yash. I completely agree to you. But the fact also remains that we need to consider two very important factors. One is, yes, we are waiting for first factor is that this is exit polls. So let's view it that way. It is exit polls. Let us wait for exact figures. Number two is the fact that, mind you, a lot of states that you're talking about, Bharatiya Janata Party had maxed out, and therefore whatever numbers that you're seeing currently, numbers which are lesser than what it was before. So that's point number two. Point number three that I want to emphatically mention here is, see, at the end of the day, it's all about NDA partners. It's all about what BJP gets. What are the final figures for BJP? I'm very keen on our team to give us. What are the final figures for Bharatiya? And then you have add the NDA, because people like PDP, people like even JDU in Bihar, JDS in Karnataka, these partners which one doesn't know what happens after the polls. One doesn't know where they stand. So, we saw that in 2019 with Shiva Sena, when after the polls things changed. So the point that I'm trying to make is, one doesn't know where they. So it is the final factor, the interesting factor in this election would be, what exactly does BJP get finally? Does it get something similar to what Mr. Prashant Kishor had envisaged in his drawing room, and he said where he gets more than 303 and maybe 320 or something of that sort? If that's what they get, fantastic. Then they're safe, dry, and home. If not, if BJP is not making it to 270, 280, finally, I'm talking about fourth, I'm not talking about today. If they don't make it to 270, 280, then there is a problem. Then there is a fight, because then they need to ensure that all their partners are together and their partners are with them. That's the point I wanted to make. Shubham, please. Sorry.
Sujit, you mentioned about Prashant Kishor. We in fact have the full quote of what Prashant Kishor had said in an interview that he gave. I'll play that up on the screen for our viewers. This is what he said. I'm quoting: from the day PM Modi claimed that the BJP would secure 370 seats and the NDA would surpass the 400 mark, I said this was not possible. This is all sloganeering to boost workers' morale. It is impossible for the BJP to get 370 seats. But it is also certain that the party will not fall below the 270 mark. I believe the BJP will manage to secure the same number of seats as it did in the previous Lok Sabha elections, which is 303 seats or perhaps a little more. Now, this is what poll strategist Prashant Kishor, and it's these remarks that he made in so many of his interviews that he's given over the last month and a half that have made headline. Now, on the contrary, we have former psephologist Yogendra Yadav, who spoke to Sujit, in fact, on his show 9 p.m. live, and he sort of gave his numbers. We'll try and get that clip up for you, where he's giving nothing more than 240 to 250 seats as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. Sujit, while we get the clip up, I just want your thoughts to sort of understand, and Shashank, even you can pitch in on this. When you look at the map of India, when you look at the political map of India, when you look at the BJP, when you look at its allies, be it Maharashtra, be it some other states, how much of a reliance is the Bharatiya Janata Party having on its allies? Are they confident of getting most of the seats on their own, or there is a large amount of reliance on their alliance partners to ensure that their overall tally still goes up in excess of 300, something that even Prashant Kishor said 300 for the BJP and of course subsequently for the NDA. So how much of is this for the BJP, the alliance factor, and how much is it for the Congress? Because mind you, the Congress is fighting far less number of seats than than what they contested last time. So Sujit, Shashank, how do you both of you look at this?
Shashank.
Shashank, can you hear us?
जी जी सुजीत जी देखिए what I see over here is that definitely the whole campaign has been about Modi. For probably for the first time a party released a manifesto with Modi ki guarantee and not BJP ki guarantee. So I think that sums it all, that the whole election for the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as its allies has been about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If you see a banner of BJP or a banner of any other allies, so it does not make any much difference. So this entire election has been about Prime Minister Modi. Now, I would like to understand from Sujit that is the Modi magic still there, and till what extent, like in 2014 to 2024, what has changed in the Modi magic? What you say, has it diminished or it is still there? I would like to understand that from Sujit.
See, I'll tell you something. If this election has been fought in the name of Modi, there is no doubt about it. It was Modi's guarantee. It was Modi's everything. In fact, the manifesto was 35 photographs of Modi. So this is purely Modi's game as far as BJP is concerned. In fact, there is no BJP. It is only Modi. And like I said before, and I continue to say now, the election was for Modi or against Modi. Are people going to reward Modi for whatever he did or punish Modi for whatever he didn't do? This is what the story is. This is what the story is looking as. So we were very clear right from the day one. We were also very clear that there is an edge for Bharatiya Janata Party. I think every editorial, every session, we made this very clear. Of course, we didn't have a room where we could sit and predict the numbers. But that where we couldn't, and so fine. That's what Mr. Prashant Kishor is predicting is coming through, and that is what I said in the beginning of this show, our show. We said that, listen, it will be 300 plus. That is bound to happen. That's the way it is. It's coming through. Now, all that said and done, let me assure you that if Mr. Modi does more than 303, there is a Modi wave, and there is no question that there is a Modi wave or whatever you call it, Modi effect or whatever. But if he doesn't do more than 303, he comes down at the more, and we'll talk about it on the 4th, not today. If we realize that they have not done for 303, he has not done 303, but somewhere down the line his popularity has come down. It is very simple. It is very simple because end of the day, if you are as popular or more popular, then you will get more number of seats. Not that popular and your popularity has come down, your number of seats. Again, I tell you, I am not going to talk about this today. I will talk to you this on 4th, and we will decide, we'll discuss, and we will figure out whether Modi's popularity is remaining the way where it is, or is that it has come down. See, on ground, let me tell you, what we've seen is we have not seen. That is for a fact. Okay, though we always reserved our comments, we didn't want to predict anything. We always said that, but I tell you now, since everything is now in this thing, I have not seen that wave. There's no major wave and all that one saw on ground. But the fact remains that somewhere down the line, if the figures are looking good, and that's good. I mean, the chances are, by the looks of it, BJP will cross the 280, 290, 300 mark, or maybe more than 300 mark by itself, and without a help of NDA. So good. So that means Modi is worked. If it's anything about,
we have the numbers for Delhi coming in. Delhi, 7 seats of the national capital, 6 plus minus 1 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is a state that they single-handedly swept. I mean, 7 seats were up for grabs. The BJP won all 7. The India Alliance won is what Chanakya News 24 exit poll is predicting. If we look at Access My India, which is sort of loading on the screen for you, 6 to 7 again predicting a sweep for the BJP largely, like last time 2019, and 1 for the India Alliance. Now, the national capital is one place where we are seeing the India Alliance partners, the Aam Aadmi Party led by Arvind Kejriwal, and the Congress Party fighting together. 4 is what the AAP will be fighting. 3 is what the Congress is contesting. Interestingly, if you go to neighboring Punjab, there is no India Alliance. The AAP and Congress are sort of contesting separately, playing their own battles. But in Delhi, if we go by the exit polls that are coming in right now, 6 to 7 seats for the NDA, 1 for the India Alliance. A lot of star candidates involved in the national capital, one of them being Kanhaiya Kumar. He is fighting from Northeast Delhi on a Congress ticket. Kanhaiya Kumar had in fact made his Lok Sabha electoral debut last time in 2019, where he lost in his home state of Bihar. He lost in Begusarai to Union Minister Giriraj Singh. And this time around, soon after his loss, he switched to the Congress. And now the Congress has given him a ticket in Northeast Delhi. He is up against Manoj Tiwari of the Bharatiya Janata Party, one of the high-profile battles to look forward to. Kanhaiya Kumar, who emerged as this young political leader who sort of rose to fame, or his national spotlight was on him during his days in the Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi, is now looking at is now sort of trying to become a big politician in his own right, and he's up against Manoj Tiwari of the BJP. In New Delhi, Somnath Bharti of the Aam Aadmi Party will be contesting against Bansuri Swaraj, who is late Sushma Swaraj's daughter. She's contesting on a BJP ticket. This is the New Delhi seat. Again, one of the seats to watch out for when you talk of the national capital. So that's what we have for New Delhi at the national capital territory of Delhi at the moment. 6 to 7, almost a sweep like they did last time for the NDA, and 1 seat. It's not clear at the moment as to who is winning that 1 seat. Is it the Aam Aadmi Party or is it the Congress, which is that 1 seat? If you look at Chanakya, again, they're saying the same thing: 1 seat for the India Alliance, not specifying which one, and the BJP 6 plus minus 1, which is again almost a sweep. If you look at vote share, Chanakya is predicting a vote share of 44%, plus minus 3% for the India Alliance, and 52%, more than half the vote share for the Bharatiya Janata Party, plus minus 3%. And as far as the Axis My India numbers are concerned, the vote share, we don't have the vote share graphic up right now, but we have Haryana, another state that was keenly being looked at because of the sort of anger against the Bharatiya Janata Party in the state. 10 seats is what Haryana sends to the Lok Sabha. BJP won all 10 last time. And in terms of vote share, we'll get these seats up for you. Yeah, there you have the seats. 10 seats, 6 to 8 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 2 to 4 for the Congress Party. This is, like I said, a state where the BJP was said to. There's a lot of anger against the Bharatiya Janata Party among the Haryana voters. And out of the 10 seats, Axis My India Today exit polls is predicting 6 to 8 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party, down from last time, and 2 to 4 for the Congress. This is again one of the states where the BJP and Congress will largely fight head to head. And in fact, in the lead up to the elections, we saw a change of guard in the state government, where the BJP is in partnership with the JJP, the Jananayak Janata Party, led by Dushyant Chautala. Manohar Lal Khattar of the Bharatiya Janata Party had to make way for another person as the chief minister. He's in fact now contesting in the Lok Sabha elections in the Karnal seat. That's the seat he's fighting on. Axis My India is saying 6 to 8 and 2 to 4 for the Congress Party. If you look at vote share, 40 against 48%, the Congress versus the BJP. Delhi is something that we've already taken the viewers through. Goa, 2 seats, 1 each, 1 for the Congress, 1 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. In terms of vote share, 43% of the Congress versus the BJP, 52%. Gujarat is a state we've already taken you through in terms of vote share. Rajasthan, 25 seats for the total out of total 25 seats, 16 to 19 for the BJP, 5 to 7 for the Congress party. If we let's just check out if we have something else. Assam, there we have it. Assam, 14 seats in the northeast of India. Chanakya News 24 exit poll is predicting 12 for the NDA plus minus 2 and 1 as the best case scenario for the India alliance. In terms of vote share, again, the state where the BJP is expected to get more than 50% vote share with around 57% plus minus 3. The India alliance is expected to have a 30% vote share. If we look at Chhattisgarh, that's a state we already took our viewers through. And that's largely the picture coming in at the moment. If you're just tuning to our broadcast right now, we are taking you through the agencies, exit poll agencies, as many as we can. Of course, do stay tuned to our channel. We'll get you detailed numbers, agency-wise, state-wise, and of course, the big sort of national picture as to who really has the edge. And again, this is a health warning that we are repeating, that exit polls are indicative. They are not actual results. The actual results will be known on the 4th of June, which is just a couple of days from now. Shashank, महाराष्ट्र का हमने अभी एक नंबर देखा है. We are seeing if there is any other agency that we can get for our viewers. There's been a lot of talk as to कौन कितना जीतेगा, who will really win maximum seats. Will it be the MVA? Will it be or the Mahayuti, which is basically the NDA, two regional parties being split right down the middle. And Sujit, in fact, spoke about Prashant Kishor and Yogendra Yadav. We showed you Prashant Kishor's quote a couple of minutes ago. We have Yogendra Yadav's what he had to say to Sujit Nair in his show 9 p.m. live. Let's sort of listen in to understand what the other side of Prashant Kishor's predictions that are being predicted. This is Yogendra Yadav to Sujit Nair in the show 9 p.m. live.
BJP something in the range of 240 to 250. Maybe closer to 250. Or, the basic statement that I'm making, the precision that I have available to me, which is not so precise, enables me to make some minimal statements. Number one, I do not see BJP getting 272. If BJP gets 272, I'm wrong. Yeah, that's my sense. BJP is not getting 272. Whether NDA can get 272, we can't rule that out. It is possible. So in other words, we are looking at BJP and NDA coming down substantially. But we cannot be quite sure of how much they can come down to. Can the NDA itself slip below 272? That is possible. You can't rule that out, though it may not look like the most likely outcome today.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I was saying that was Yogendra Yadav with his projection, the overall picture that we have. We have Shivaji Mamankar joining us, the journalist. He's joining us from Buldana in Maharashtra. We'll see if his video can be sorted out. Mamankar ji, अगर आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं, महाराष्ट्र के जो अभी नंबर्स आए हैं, एक एजेंसी ने नंबर डाले हैं अभी तक, और okay, I think we've lost Shivaji Mamankar. Shashank, you can take that up. एक ही एजेंसी आई है, दो पार्टीज.
Shubham, even Times now has said 26 for Mahayuti and 24 for Mahavikas Aghadi, which is again around 50-50. If we look at TV9, it has given MVA, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, an upper hand with 25 for MVA and 22 for Mahayuti and 1-2 others. And only if we speak about News 24, that is probably the only exit poll that has a stark difference in both MVA and Mahayuti, where Mahayuti has been given 33 and MVA has been given 15. So mostly maximum of surveys have given Mahavikas Aghadi an edge or a 50-50 projection.
Right. We have Shivaji Mamankar back with us. Mamankar जी, उम्मीद है आप मेरी आवाज आप तक आ रही है. नमस्कार. महाराष्ट्र के कुछ एग्जिट पोल नंबर्स आए हैं. कांटे की टक्कर लग रही है, ना महायुति ना महाविकास आघाड़ी, कोई एक वन वे फाइट नहीं लग रही, कैसे देखते हैं आप इन्हें?
सर महाराष्ट्र में देखा जाए तो पिछली बार जो राजकारण होता, ये फुटाफुटी का राजकारण जो हुआ था, उसमें जो शिंदे गठ है, बराबर है, तो उसके कारण बहुत ज्यादा नाराजी हो गई है महाराष्ट्र में, और उद्धव ठाकरे जो है उनको बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पे सिंपति मिल रही है। अपन ये इलेक्शन में देखा जाए तो रात के 8 बजे तक यहाँ पे वोटिंग चला है, और देखा जाए तो जो मुस्लिम वोट है वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा महाविकास आघाड़ी की तरफ यहाँ पे गए करके, यहाँ पे जो अभी उद्धव ठाकरे उनको ज्यादा सिंपति यहाँ पे मिल रही। और देखा जाए तो महाराष्ट्र में भाजपा जो है मतलब मोदी जो पैटर्न है यहाँ पे अभी चला नहीं है सर।
तो मोदी मैजिक उतना बड़ा फैक्टर नहीं रहा है, आप कह रहे हैं कि महाराष्ट्र के राज्य में इतना बड़ा। ये जो हमने देखा एक करीबन 2 साल 2 पार्टियां हमने देखी, जिनके 2 हिस्से हो गए, एक शिवसेना हो गई, एक एनसीपी हो गई, 2 रीजनल पार्टीज स्प्लिट राइट डाउन द मिडल। तो ये जो सिंपैथी फैक्टर है, डू यू सी द सिंपैथी फैक्टर कन्वर्टिंग इनटू वोट्स? अब देखते हैं कि जो सिंपैथी फैक्टर है उद्धव ठाकरे और शरद पवार दोनों के लिए, क्या ये मतों में ट्रांसफर हो रहा है? आपका क्या आकलन है इस पर?
देखिए सर, मतों में तो ट्रांसफर हो रहा है। देखिए जो पार्टी उद्धव ठाकरे की जो पार्टी, वो बाला साहब ठाकरे की पार्टी है, बराबर है, वो वहां से तोड़ के आप लेके जा रहे हैं। लोग बोल रहे हैं कि हमने वोटिंग बाला साहब ठाकरे की शिवसेना को दिया थी, लेकिन आपने उसका दुरुपयोग किया है, मतलब आप पैसों के लिए उधर गए, ऐसा ही लोग यहाँ पे आरोप कर रहे हैं। और देखा जाए तो किसानों का अभी राज्य में इतनी मतलब नुकसान हुआ है, बारिश हो रही है अभी, मतलब किसानों का बहुत नुकसान हुआ है, लेकिन सरकार की तरफ से कुछ भी यहाँ पे मदद नहीं मिल रही। दूसरा ये बात देखा जाए तो जो किसान है, उनका जो धान्य रहता है, मतलब फसल रहती है, उनको जब किसानों के हाथों में जब ये रहता है धान्य, जो क्यों फसल आती है, वहां पे तब भाव एकदम नीचे आ जाते हैं, और जब किसानों के घर से वो माल निकल जाता है, तब यहाँ पे जो भाव है बढ़ जाते हैं। मतलब जो किसान है वो भी अभी जो मोदी है, मोदी को यहाँ पे जितना नहीं चाह रहे।
ओके, मावनकर जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। वी हैव माजिद खान लाइंड अप इन बैक स्टेज, ही इज जॉइनिंग अस फ्रॉम मध्य प्रदेश। माजिद जी, मैं आपके पास आऊंगा, उससे पहले मैं अपने दर्शकों को जो नए नंबर्स आए हैं, द अदर स्टेट्स वेयर द नंबर्स आर कमिंग इन, दिस इज द स्टेट ऑफ पंजाब। Access My India, 13 seats in Punjab. Remember, this is a state, like I told you before, the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are contesting separately and not as part of the India Alliance. And on the contrary, in Delhi, both of them are fighting together. If you look at Access My India numbers, 13 seats, 7 to 9 for the Congress, 0 to 2 for the Aam Aadmi Party, 2 to 4 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 2 to 3 for the Akali Dal, which is again not officially an ally. They were an ally of the BJP, then they walked out of the alliance following the uproar over farm bills, and now they're contesting, and they're expected to win as per the Access My India exit poll 2 to 3 seats. If you look at vote share, 18% vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party has been projected as per Access My India in today. 31% vote share for Congress, 26% for the BJP, and 20% for the Akali Dal. This was Access My India India Today projecting for the state of Punjab. We also have C voter for Punjab, 13 seats. BJP is expected to win 1 to 3. Remember, this is a state where the Bharatiya Janata Party traditionally has never been able to make a mark. Like certain states in South India, Punjab too has been a state where the BJP hasn't been able to make quite the inroads that they were hoping they would be able to make. But as per the C voter ABP exit poll, 1 to 3 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party is what is being predicted. The Aam Aadmi Party is expected to win 3 to 5 seats. The Congress expected to win 6 to 8 seats, and the Shiromani Akali Dal 0. This is as per C voter AVP. Jharkhand C voter numbers have come in. The NDA with 11 to 13 seats. This is the state of Hemant Soren, who is now the former chief minister and is behind bars now. We are taking you, for our viewers, we are taking you through the states as and when we are able to get the numbers out. Remember, like I said, we are looking at the exit poll agencies and the figures that they are putting out. We don't want to get any of those figures wrong, even by a decimal point. So we are double checking our own figures and tallying them with what the exit poll agencies are saying, and then officially putting out the graphics for our viewers to have a look at it. So that's why there may be some delay here and there, some technical snag here and there, mute, unmute, graphic not visible. So please bear with us on that front. Let's go back to see voter Jharkhand ABP. This is what they are predicting: 11 to 13 for NDA, 1 to 3. This is the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha and the and the Congress Party rather. 1 to 3 seats is what C voter ABP is expected is projecting for the India Alliance. Odisha. This is the state of led by Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, where there were talks of the BJP and the Biju Janata Dal coming together, but almost at the 11th hour, the alliance talks sort of fell flat. The alliance wouldn't took place. And also, while Odisha is seeing Lok Sabha election, it is also seeing parallelly state assembly elections where Naveen Patnaik, who's been the longest serving chief minister, is eyeing another term in power, but this time will he be as convincing in his will the audience, or will the voters rather give him that convincing mandate as he has been getting over the years? Now, if we come back to Lok Sabha, C voter Odisha, 21 seats is what it sends to the Lok Sabha, 17 to 19 for the BJP, 1 to 3 for the Biju Janata Dal. Like I said, both of them are contesting separately. The BJP is banking on its own state leadership and, of course, the charisma of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to swing that state their way. BJD is one state, if you see, in recent years, they haven't been openly in support of the opposition. They are known to say, come at the rescue of the BJP, especially when the numbers, say in the Rajya Sabha, are a bit dilly-dally. They're expected to be there when it comes to that. But officially, on paper, if you look at the Biju Janata Dal led by Naveen Patnaik, they weren't part of either bloc. But when push came to shove, they have been seen to be sided with the Bharatiya Janata Party. West Bengal, the big state, numbers are out. C voter has put out the numbers for West Bengal: 42 seats, 23 to 27 for the NDA, and 13 to 17 for the Trinamool Congress. This is the state led by Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Last time, what made headlines in West Bengal for the Bharatiya Janata Party was the fact that they got their seat tally up. Now, if one is to go and almost giving a tough fight to the Trinamool Congress, which is the regional party, and the BJP was never in the picture as far as Bengal was concerned until very recently. For the longest time, West Bengal was the bastion of the left. Then came Mamata Banerjee. Then the whole change of guard happened. The Trinamool Congress then sort of kept up and tried to consolidate their vote bank, their vote share across the state. The BJP then gradually started coming into the picture. Assembly elections in 2021 was something that they were banking on. They couldn't do much. They couldn't cross double digits. The Trinamool Congress swept the assembly elections. In Lok Sabha, we saw a tight fight. And now we are seeing that, as per the C voter ABP News exit poll survey, NDA, which is essentially the BJP, will overtake the Trinamool Congress with 23 to 27 seats. Remember, 42 are the total number of seats, so 21, 22 is sort of the halfway mark. The BJP is not only expected to reach that, but cross that, and the TMC will see a downfall in their seats. They're expected to be reduced, as per C voter ABP exit poll, 13 to 17 for the Trinamool 13 to 17 for the Trinamool Congress led by Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal. That is what we have now. West Bengal was the state that really came up. Then we have some more numbers for you from other polling agencies. Chanakya, Maharashtra, 33 plus minus 5 for the NDA, which is the Mahayuti, Bharatiya Janata Party, Shiv Sena, NCP led by Ajit Pawar. Remember, Maharashtra is a state. If you look at the political map of India, no state in recent years has seen as much as political churn as Maharashtra has seen. Two regional parties split right down the middle. We have been talking about it here on HW News to sort of understand what the pulse of the people is, what the people are thinking. Shashank went to Baramati, which is the seat to watch out for. I traveled to Bid, Jalna, that belt, to sort of gauge what the mood is. And it really looked, you spoke to any other journalist, every other journalist, analyst in Maharashtra, and they said that it's a tough fight. This is no one-way street. The Modi factor is not expected to be as dominant as it is in some of the other states. Now, Chanakya News 24 is predicting out of 48. I think perhaps, Shashank, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. So far, Chanakya is the only one that is giving 30 plus, that is as convincing a margin for the NDA, for the Mahayuti, compared to the Mahavikas Aghadi. The NDA is projected to win 33 seats plus minus 5 and 15 plus minus 5 for the India Alliance. If you look at vote share, Chanakya News 24, Maharashtra, 41% vote share plus minus 3% is what the India Alliance is expected to get. NDA is expected to get 43% plus minus 3 vote share, 16% for others. And that's pretty much what we have for you at the moment. Delhi is something that we've already taken you through. Now, I'll get both Shashank and Sujit in on this. Sujit, one more agency has put out the numbers for Maharashtra. They're saying that will be a slightly more advantage to the Mahayuti. 30 plus is what it is predicting. How do you see this playing out, Sujit? Sujit, I think you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I see the ball going the earlier way. What Axis had predicted, I don't see this happening. India will do. I think India Alliance should do better than 15. This is what my personal opinion is. But let us see. Let us wait and watch for India. I think would do better in Maharashtra. Whatever we've all seen on ground, I think India should do better in Maharashtra. I will go with Mr. Shashank's prediction, where he had predicted 24-25 for India Alliance. That is Mahavikas Aghadi in India, and I think that is the way it is going to go.
Shashank, before we go to some of the other states, a quick comment. You travel to the constituency that is expected to be the biggest or the most watched constituency to talk about. That is Baramati, which will see a direct Pawar versus Pawar battle. Supriya Sule squaring off against Sunitra Pawar. Your quick comment, Shashank, before we go on to the other states on Maharashtra, because you traveled to Baramati, you spoke to a lot of voters there. How do you see this picture playing out?
So what I understood on ground in Baramati is maximum people in that particular constituency consider the Pawar family as if I had to sum it in one line, then it is like there is nothing beyond Pawar in Baramati. So everybody over there believes that whatever stance Ajit Pawar has taken with the blessings of Mr. Sharad Pawar, and definitely Ajit Pawar has that support in Baramati. But definitely Sharad Pawar is the founding father, and definitely he public has that support for him, and we will definitely see what I feel at the moment is that we'll definitely Supriya Sule retain her seat. That is what I feel. Although Ajit Pawar in the Maharashtra Assembly, they say that when it is assembly time, we will give it to Dada. But when it is the Lok Sabha, definitely Tai is what we are looking at. That is Supriya Sule.
Right. We have some other numbers coming for you. Axis My India, Uttarakhand, 5 seats. All 5 in the BJP's kitty is what Axis My India is predicting. 0 for the Congress. If you look at vote share, BJP is expected to back flat 60% vote share as far as the state of Uttarakhand is concerned. Himachal Pradesh, all 4 in the BJP's kitty once again. Now this was the seat that made the maximum amount of noise in Himachal Pradesh was the seat of Mandi, where actress Kangana Ranaut is fighting on a BJP ticket against the Congress candidate. So that constituency made a lot of noise as to which way one of the seats to watch out for in Himachal Pradesh. That is what we saw. But now, as per Axis My India, India Today, all 4 for the Bharatiya Janata Party. In terms of vote share, 64% vote share for the BJP and 34% for the Congress Party. Then Punjab, like we already took you through that. Now, I would like to have Majid Khan, who is joining us. Majid ji, namaskar. Good evening. I hope you can hear me. मेरी आवाज अब तक आ रही है. माजिद जी, कैसे देख रहे हैं आप मध्य प्रदेश स्वीप फॉर बीजेपी? छिंदवाड़ा सीट पे ही उम्मीदें टिकी हुई हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए. डू यू थिंक इट विल बी that straight a battle?
इस बार देखिए ऐसा है कि छिंदवाड़ा के अलावा भी कांग्रेस को उम्मीद है कि 5 से 7 सीटें शायद कांग्रेस की झोली में चले जाए। ये उम्मीद लेके कांग्रेस चल रही है, अच्छे कैंडिडेट को मैदान में उतारा है। और दूसरा, अगर विधानसभा चुनाव को देखते हुए अगर हम बात करें, तो यहाँ पे कई सारे मंत्री जो केंद्रीय मंत्री थे वो कांग्रेस के, क्षमा चाहूंगा, भाजपा के, वो हार गए। फिर उन्हें पुनः मैदान में उतारा गया है। इससे एक कांटे की टक्कर है। अगर मैं कुछ सीटों की अगर आपको बात करूं मैं, कि जैसे चूंकि ये ट्राइबल एरिया है और आदिवासी ये प्रदेश है हमारा, तो अगर मैं बात करूं, एक तरफ कुछ सीटों की बात करता हूं मैं, जैसे मंडला ये मंडला जो लोकसभा सीट है, यहाँ पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो है फग्गन सिंह कुलस्ते को मैदान में उतारा है, जो इसके पहले भी सांसद थे और विधानसभा चुनाव लड़े, और विधानसभा चुनाव वो हार गए। और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने वहां पे जो है सिटिंग एमएलए जो है ओंकार सिंह मरकाम, उनको मैदान में उतारा है। तो कहीं न कहीं ये विधानसभा चुनाव से लेकर अब तक ये बातें सामने आई कि फग्गन सिंह कुलस्ते को लेकर जो है, जो वहां विरोध चल रहा है, उसका फायदा हो सकता है कांग्रेस पार्टी को मिल जाए और ये एक सीट भी कांग्रेस की झोली में चली जाए। फिर अगर मैं उससे आगे बढ़ता हूँ, एक शहडोल संसदीय क्षेत्र बढ़ती, ये भी आदिवासी है। यहाँ पर भी जो है कांग्रेस ने जो है अपने सिटिंग एमएलए को मैदान में उतारा है, कुंदेलाल सिंह मार्को को मैदान में उतारा है। जबकि जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने हिमाद्री सिंह को मैदान में उतारा है। हिमाद्री सिंह के प्रति भी लोगों को काफी आक्रोश है क्षेत्र के अंदर, कि वो चुनाव के बाद कभी जनता के बीच में जाती नहीं है। किसी आयोजन के अंदर जरूर वो पहुंच जाती है, लेकिन जब समस्याओं की बात आती है, लोगों से मिलने की बात आती है, लोगों की समस्याएं सुनने की बात आती है, तो वो पहुंचती नहीं है। तो इस सीट पर भी थोड़ा सा बीजेपी के लिए इस वक्त जो है मुसीबत सी है, कि शायद हो सकता है ये सीट कहीं कांग्रेस की झोली में नहीं जाए। फिर अगर मैं इसकी आगे बढ़ूं, क्योंकि विंध्य प्रदेश की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, मध्य प्रदेश का जो पूरा आदिवासी क्षेत्र है, फिर इससे अगर मैं आगे बढ़ता हूं, तो सीधी संसदीय क्षेत्र आता है। सीधी के अंदर वर्तमान जो सांसद थी रीति पाठक, उसको जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जो सांसद थी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उन्हें विधानसभा चुनाव लड़ाया और विधायक बनकर एक किनारे कर दिया, और उनकी जगह जो है राजेश मिश्रा को टिकट दिया। और उसके जो है कांग्रेस पार्टी ने वहां पर जो है
गुना सीट से केंद्रीय मंत्री ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया लड़ रहे हैं। सारी नजरें वहां पर टिकी हुई है। तो गुना से ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया की सीट पर क्या मूड चल रहा है इस समय?
देखिए, गुना से जो है ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया के जो है पोजीशन में जो है यादवेंद्र राव जो है यादव वहां पे खड़े हुए हैं। तो ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया की सीट भी जो क्लीन सीट नहीं नजर आ रही, कांटे की टक्कर है। और हो सकता है कि वो सीट कांग्रेस की झोली में जा भी सकती है। मतलब ये नहीं कहा जा सकता कि वो सीट जो है सिंधिया के पाले में चली गई, ऐसा कहना बिल्कुल नहीं है। और वहीं पे अगर मैं गुना और ग्वालियर और चंबल संभाग की बात करूं, तो वहां पे केंद्रीय मंत्री नरेंद्र सिंह तोमर भी पहले वहां रह चुके हैं, तो उनकी प्रतिष्ठा भी कहीं ना कहीं दांव पर है। लेकिन ग्वालियर और चंबल संभाग की जो सीटें हैं, वो भी जीतना इतनी आसान आसान नहीं है 2019 के मुकाबले। 2019 में जहां एक मोदी लहर थी, और मोदी लहर में किसी भी कैंडिडेट को खड़ा कर दिया जाता था और वो जीत जाता था, लेकिन वो स्थिति 2019 के मुकाबले में 2024 में वैसी स्थिति नहीं नजर आ रही है। लहर है, लेकिन उतनी जो तेजी की लहर नहीं है कि ये कहा जाए कि किसी भी कैंडिडेट को अगर और वो कैंडिडेट जो है क्लीन स्वीप कर लेगा। और इसके अलावा मैं बात करूं, जो मैं अभी आप और सतना, यहाँ पे बड़ा त्रिकोणीय मुकाबला है। ये एक विंध्य प्रदेश की 2 सीटें हैं, सीधी और सतना। यहाँ भाजपा के 2 बागी चुनाव भी लड़ रहे हैं। मतलब बेटी के अलावा जो है गोंगपा से और जो है बसपा से, यहाँ पे 2 बागी भी चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं। वोट काटते हैं तो एक लंबा वोट में जो है, लाख अगर वोट काटते, 50,000 वोट काटते, 2 लाख वोट काटते, तो वो भाजपा का। तो इसलिए इस हिसाब से कहा जा रहा है कि 5 से 7 सीटें शायद कांग्रेस की झोली में आ जाए।
Sujit, this is one common factor that I have seen, that most of reporters on the ground, political analysts, have been saying this constantly, that it is not like this situation which happened in 2019, that any candidate would stand and then win. So this is one term that I've heard throughout the campaign trail, that if we compare it from 2019, although there was a full mama factor there, but they had said that it is very different than 2019, that any candidate would win. So I would like you to react to that.
I think Sujit is he there on the call? I think Sujit, can you hear us? Okay, there seems to be some technical trouble. We'll try and get Sujit back. माजिद जी, एक जल्दी से आपसे एक पूछना था, छिंदवाड़ा की जो सीट जो देखी जा रही है, कमलनाथ के बेटे वहां लड़ रहे, बीच में एक सडनली एक खबर आई कि कमलनाथ जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. वो he went all the way to Delhi. There was a meeting scheduled apparently, but that couldn't take place. And फिर उनका जो पार्टी स्विच करने का जो reportedly the plan that he had couldn't get through. But after that, he got a ticket for his son from Chhindwara, his son Nakul Nath. तो वो सीट पर आप कैसे देख रहे हैं? क्या वो सीट एक श्योर शॉट है कांग्रेस के लिए, या उसमें भी थोड़ी बहुत फाइट हमें देखने मिल सकती है, स्पेशली विद व्हाट वी सॉ with Kamal Nath and his prospective joining with the Bharatiya Janata Party, Majid ji?
देखिए, मैं आपके दोनों सवाल जो आप लीजिए, कमलनाथ की बीजेपी ज्वाइन करने की जो खबरें चल रही थी, वो कहीं ना कहीं एक मीडिया की देन थी. कभी उन्होंने पब्लिकली आकर ऐसा कोई बयान, ऐसा स्टेटमेंट नहीं दिया था कि मुझे कांग्रेस से कोई ऐसा कुछ हुआ है कि मैं बीजेपी में जाऊंगा. हाँ, वो अपने पुत्र के लिए टिकट की दावेदारी शुरू से कर रहे थे, और चूंकि ये कमलनाथ की परंपरागत, कांग्रेस की परंपरागत सीट रही है, 40 से 45 साल से कमलनाथ वहां से सांसद है. हाँ, इतना जरूर है, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने वहां से विवेक बंटी साहू को खड़ा किया है, तो इस बार जो टक्कर है वो एक क्लीन स्वीप जो कांग्रेस के लिए, कांग्रेस की एक परंपरागत सीट थी कि कांग्रेस कमलनाथ खड़े होते थे और सिर्फ उनके जीत का अंतर कभी बढ़ता घटता था, बढ़ता ही गया, कभी घटा ही. लेकिन इस बार ये है कि उनको जीत दिलाने के लिए, अपने पुत्र को, बेटे को जीत दिलाने के लिए नकुलनाथ को काफी मेहनत करनी पड़ी. शायद यही वजह रही है कि ये पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री और केंद्रीय मंत्री होते हुए कमलनाथ का जो है केवल सिंगल सीट पर फोकस रहा. उनका जो है इस वर्तमान चुनाव में जो है पूरे प्रदेश को छोड़ दिया जाए तो उनके ज्यादातर जो समय, जो वक्त कटा है, वो छिंदवाड़ा के अंदर कटा है, क्योंकि उनकी प्रतिष्ठा भी दांव पे लगी है. और ये कहा जा रहा है टिकट भले नकुलनाथ को मिली हो, लेकिन जो जनता वोट करेगी वो कमलनाथ को करेगी. तो ये सीट तो लगभग ये तय है कि जीत का अंतर हो सकता है बहुत कम हो जाए, लेकिन ये सीट क्लीन स्वीप कांग्रेस कर लेगी.
जी माजिद जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे जुड़ने के लिए. Shashank, I think we'll have to move on to the next state. Maharashtra ka numbers have been put out by Access My India. The numbers that they're putting out: 20 to 22 for the BJP, 8 to 10 for the Shiv Sena, 1 to 2 for the NCP, 3 to 4 for the Congress, 3 to 5 for the Sharad Pawar-led NCP, and 9 to 11 seats for the Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. Now, that is quite some figure there. Access My India is saying 20. Sorry, Sujit, you were saying something?
Can you come again, please?
Yes. So in Maharashtra, Access My India exit poll is predicting 20 to 22 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 8 to 10 for the Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, 1 to 2 for the NCP led by Ajit Pawar, 3 to 4 for the Congress, 3 to 5 for the NCP led by Sharad Pawar, and 9 to 11 led by Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, and others 0 to 2. This is what Access My India is predicting if we talk about the state of Maharashtra. If you look at the national picture that Access My India has put out so far, out of the 355 seats, the exit polls of which they have put out, 216 to 241 for the NDA, 106 to 131 for the India Alliance. There's still a lot of constituencies to go, a lot of ground to cover. Different agency is putting out numbers with different speeds, some states here, some states
216 to 241 is out of how many number of seats?
355. 355.
Okay.
355 and 106 to 131 for the India Alliance. This is Access My India, India Today exit poll. Out of 355 seats, out of the total 543, this is the number that they are projecting. Maharashtra vote share is in 29% vote share BJP, 13% vote share for the Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, 4% for the NCP, 14% for the Congress, 9% for the NCP led by Sharad Pawar, and 20% vote share for Shiv Sena UBT, and lastly others 11%. And of course, the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, I'm assuming, is not a part of this list, but you'd consider it in the others column because they haven't allied with either the Mahayuti or the Mahavikas Aghadi. So these are the big numbers here on the state of Maharashtra. The seats and vote share both are in, Sujit.
Yeah, I mean, this is one number which I still, I think Uddhav Thackeray may do better than this. Uddhav Thackeray and Congress and NCP better than this. So I guess 32 and 20 is what I guess they're putting up. 32, 20 and 2 for others, actually, roughly. So 30 to 35 for BJP is what they are saying, and to 22 for India. I think they will do. I think India would do better. That is what we saw on ground. But yeah, I mean, let's hope. We'll hope and watch on Tuesday what the actual figure is. But my figure, I would the earlier figure, which was the 23-25 figure, seems to be more like what we understood from this is Access My India Maharashtra, right? Yeah.
Yes, there are the numbers
We would go
for
by
Access
the,
My India.
we would go by the early. I would rather go by the earlier number. That's
right.
What I would number. But this is what
Shashank, Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi factor is something that has been looked at very closely. Before we go to the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, 29% vote share, 20% for UBT, 29% for BJP, 13% for Shiv Sena. I know it can get confusing with the party logos. We have 4 parties, 2 each of the regional parties that were split. 9% for NCP led by Sharad Pawar, 4% for the one led by Ajit Pawar, and 14% for the Congress. Shashank, Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, will they come with the Mahavikas Aghadi? Will they not? That was the big talking point at one point. They had multiple meetings. Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, Sanjay Raut, everybody was there in that meeting. But eventually, nothing really materialized. Nothing concrete really happened. And now when you look at these numbers, do you think the Vanchit factor is hurting the Mahavikas Aghadi?
Definitely not. What I think a lot of it has to go to the credit to what Prime Minister Modi had said, that 400 par that has gone very wrongly in the rural areas, where a lot of people think that if these people get 400, then they will probably change the constitution and abolish the reservation system. So that has percolated really till the rural areas. And also, I think now that the Vanchit voter has now shifted to NCP, Uddhav Shiv Sena, and definitely to the Congress. So what I feel now, the Vanchit voter is also very clear that if we want our candidate to win, then we have to vote for the Congress. Definitely in 2019, they had dented the prospects of a lot of senior Congress leaders, including Ashok Chauhan. But definitely what I feel this time, the people, as we say, that Maharashtra voter is a very thoughtful voter. He thinks, he understands, he analyzes, and then votes. So they understood that, and definitely the Muslim factor has definitely worked for the Uddhav faction. Even we had heard that fatwas were being issued in favor of Uddhav Thackeray, that we do not need to vote anywhere else, we have to just vote for the UBT. So the message is very clear that Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi has definitely not dented. And what I feel, that since day one, what Prakash Ambedkar never had plans to ally with the India Alliance. That is what I feel. In BMC, or assembly polls, the Uddhav Thackeray faction is still, I think, interested in allying with Vanchit, because Uddhav was the one who brought in Prakash Ambedkar into the MVA fold by first aligning with UBT, and later on what we saw is that Prakash Ambedkar himself said that he can never trust Uddhav Thackeray. So this is something which one has to understand. So Vanchit factor has definitely, just like what in Uttar Pradesh, Mayawati is not relevant, because people know that these are just vote cutter parties. So I don't think that Vanchit could create any kind of dent in this particular.
The Kingdom podcast. He's a viewer. He's written a comment saying, how reliable are exit polls? Most media outlets are predicting a third term for Modi. The Kingdom podcast, we will take this, like I said, exit polls are indicative. They are basically a research tool that helps people understand which way the wind is blowing. These are not actual results. These are just indicative surveys that these agencies undertake. They speak to voters after they have cast their votes. Opinion polls are something that when these agencies go out and speak to voters before they cast their vote. Exit polls are something that they do by speaking to voters after their polls have been cast. There are a lot of agencies doing it, and there are a few metrics, I believe, that one could look at in terms of determining which one is reliable. Of course, do not take it as the real result, but the methodology is, as far as that is concerned, the sample size, their overall accuracy over the last few elections is something that you can take into factor to understand what are the larger trends, what are the larger observations that are happening. Of course, exit polls can go horribly wrong. Shashank, at the start of this broadcast, he cited some example as to the instances where exit polls predicted something else, and just 48 hours later, the results turned out to be something else. So whatever numbers you see from whichever agency that we are flashing, the ones you're seeing elsewhere on TV news channels, take it with a pinch of salt. 4th June is when everybody will have their answers, because it's that time when we will see absolute concrete data. Again, Maharashtra, biggest turning point coming up. See voter, we have already taken viewers through this, almost like a comparison. I think Maharashtra is one state where we have all three agencies have put out their forecasts. See voter is projecting a tight contest. Access My India saying its advantage Mahayuti. That is what they are predicting as far as the state of Maharashtra is concerned. There you have it on the screen for you. Sujit, what do you make when we speak of the overall tally, 400 par? You began with a very interesting graph, which we also showed for our viewers. And Ronnie Cherian says, do you think Shashi Tharoor could lose his seat?
Yes. I wanted to answer this question. Ronnie, we spoke to experts from Kerala. We spoke to people who are on ground. Today we have only brought in people who have worked on ground, stringers, who have journalists who have worked on ground, so that we can give you a on ground reality. And the thing is, a lot of pollsters say that Shashi Tharoor could lose, but our people on ground say that chances of Shashi is quite minimal. Shashi Tharoor may win, though he may not have a landslide. The chances are that he may win. That's what we were told. So that's answering your question.
In fact, that's one of the key battles to watch out for down south in Kerala. Shashi Tharoor, the sitting MP, the incumbent MP, taking on Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar. This is in the constituency of Thiruvananthapuram, where we are seeing this high-octane battle, the BJP's overall push in the south of India, and Kerala is a place where they are eyeing and hoping to make some concrete inroads, not just in terms of vote share percentage, but in terms of actual number of seats. And like Sujit pointed out, the experts we have been speaking to in the state of Kerala say that at the moment, it doesn't look like it does. The probability of Shashi Tharoor winning Thiruvananthapuram yet another time seems more probable compared to a victory of BJP's Rajiv Chandrasekhar. But let's not rule anything out. This still, we are not making absolute concrete prediction that this is something that will happen. We're just telling you what we are seeing and gathering from our local journalists, political analysts as to which way they see the wind blowing. We have some other numbers. Axis My India has put out for Jammu and Kashmir, 2 for NDA, 3 for the India Alliance out of 5 seats. Now, again, Jammu and Kashmir post the Bharatiya Janata Party's mandate in 2019. One of the big moves really was the abrogation of Article 370. August 5th, 2019 was when we saw that historic move where Article 370 was abrogated. Home Minister rather, Amit Shah made a speech that's much cited now, and he spoke vociferously about how Kashmir was, is, and will always be an integral part of India. Stand by for Uttar Pradesh is what our producer is pinging us. Uttar Pradesh, the biggest state in the country in terms of Lok Sabha seats, 80 seats as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. And really, the road to Delhi, Uttar Pradesh plays a critical role in determining who is really winning the larger battle. So I would request our viewers stand by for those figures, because that's going to be quite interesting. 80 seats up for grabs. The SP India, the SP Congress rather, the India Alliance on one side, and the BJP on the other. It's a state where the BJP won the maximum number of seats in 2014. They won more than 70 seats out of 80. In 2019, the tally slightly came down compared to the previous Lok Sabha election, but this time they are banking again on going back 70 plus as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. We have the Tripura numbers up for you at the moment. Axis My India, 2 seats in Tripura, and 2 is what the BJP is expected to win. In Manipur, again, these are the smaller states with fairly a few number of seats as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. In Manipur, 1 each, 1 for Congress, 1 for others, is what is being predicted. And if I'm getting the numbers right, Uttar Pradesh first prediction has come out from Chanakya, exit poll, Chanakya News 24. They're predicting 68 plus minus 7 for NDA, not the BJP, NDA. They have another ally, Apna Dal, which in fact, Anupriya Patel, who is the leader of that party, she got a cabinet berth in the cabinet reshuffle. 68 plus minus 7 for NDA, 12 plus minus 6 for the India Alliance. This is Chanakya News 24 exit poll survey for the state of Uttar Pradesh. They are predicting 68 plus minus 7 for NDA. This is again not 70 plus what the BJP was hoping, but this certainly seems to be slightly better than what they got in 2019. So that's one agency that has come up with their predictions for the state of Uttar Pradesh. What we are also picking up is the projected seat share in West Bengal. This is Axis My India. Again, we'll keep shuttling between agencies, different agencies, because there are a lot of numbers trickling in one after the other, and it's slightly difficult for us to bring this to you state by state, compared with all 3 exit poll agencies live as we speak. Of course, we'll have a detailed analysis. We'll also manage to have a poll of polls for you on HW News, sort of bringing you a full roundup of what all the exit polls are saying. But back to Axis My India, West Bengal projected seat share, 26 to 31 is what they are predicting. BJP, another exit poll predicting that the BJP will overtake the Trinamool Congress in the state of West Bengal. 26 to 31 is what they're predicting. Axis My India today is predicting for the Bharatiya Janata Party. 11 to 14 is what is being predicted for the Trinamool Congress. They are down 10 seats. Remember, West Bengal was one state where the BJP made serious inroads and gave a tough fight to the Trinamool Congress. And now, as per Axis My India, we'll have the graphic up for you very shortly. TMC is expected to get 11 to 14 seats, and the BJP is expected to get 26 to 31. Sujit, quite a
number. We most of us were expecting TMC to go down after Sandesh Kali and others. We were expecting, and there was a huge amount of anti-incumbency, no doubt about it. But for Prashant Kishor, I don't think anybody expected BJP to score more than TMC. That was something that only he expected, only he predicted, and I think hats off to him. Like I wrote in my tweet, if he can get the numbers that he predicted, then so I guess I'll have to, if these numbers come true, I'll have to concede the fact that he's a genius sitting in his drawing room. He could get these predictions right. So here you are. If these numbers are right, then this one, then TMC doing better than sorry, BJP doing better than TMC. I just wanted to tell you, just give our viewers an indication of the NDA in Uttar Pradesh. NDA is BJP is fighting on 74 seats. Nishad party is fighting on 1 seat. Apna Dal, that is Sonelal, is fighting on 2 seats. RLD 2 seats, and Sukhdev Bharatiya Samaj Party is fighting on 1 seat. Bharatiya Samaj Party fighting on 1 seat. So that's how the breakup of NDA in Uttar Pradesh. And India in Uttar Pradesh is SP is fighting 62 seats, Congress 17, and AITC is fighting on 1 seat. So that's stands. That's what Uttar Pradesh stands. And 68 means they are Bharatiya Janata Party would be technically, if you look at by these figures, Bharatiya Janata Party would be doing better 5 seats than last year, because last 2019 they had won 63 seats, and they're doing better than what they did last 2019. So that's where I think Uttar Pradesh stands. Yes,
right. 80 is again the biggest state in terms of Lok Sabha seats is
absolutely
the state of Uttar Pradesh. 68 is what is being projected by Chanakya News 24 exit poll. 12 plus minus 6 for the India alliance. Now, Sujit, if we talk about Uttar Pradesh, as far as the opposition is concerned, UP ke ladke, as they tried branding themselves as in 2017 assembly elections, didn't quite work in their favor then. And if these numbers hold, doesn't look like it'll hold. It'll go in their favor for another time. While there were visuals of stampedes at their rallies, joint rallies of Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi, people are bouncing on top of each other just to get a glimpse of the leaders. Absolute chaos as far as the rallies was concerned. But if you look at the number of seats, as per Chanakya News 18, as Chanakya News 24 rather, these numbers don't quite add up, Sujit.
See, I'll tell you what, a lot of things don't add up, because I think then what has happened is there are a couple of things that we need to now assume if these numbers are true. I'm still putting a huge rider if these numbers are true. Number one assumption is that there is absolutely zero anti-income. Assumption number two, that there is humongous amount of Modi factor, Modi appreciation, Modi. Why? I would even call it Modi wave. What are we hiding away from? Modi wave, because if these are the numbers that we are talking about, then it is Modi wave that we are talking about. So there is Modi wave. The third thing is employment, inflation, etc. doesn't matter. It didn't really matter in the overall scheme of things. It went the way we projected it to be. People voted for possibly Modi and possibly our international image and consecration of Ram Janmabhoomi, so on and so forth. All of these things did matter. And now whether 400 par or not 400 par, I don't think is even a question. ठीक है, whether it is 400 par or not 400 par, what difference does it make? Modi is Bharatiya Janata Party, which is Modi primarily, because it was Modi ki guarantee, is could be looking at very easily crossing 310, 316, 320 mark on its own. So I think we are absolutely Modi should be a very happy man today.
Right. NDA, if you look at the vote share for the state of Uttar Pradesh, News 24 and Chanakya, as per their exit poll, 49%, almost half the vote share, is something that the NDA is expected to bag rather. 37% plus minus 3% for the India alliance. Again, and of course, the others, 14% is what is being predicted. If we look at West Bengal, I just saw this interesting graphic. Expected vote share, 40% Trinamool Congress, 46% for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And compared to the 2019 performance, this seems like a huge jump if these numbers hold. Again, these are exit polls, these are not actual results, and the results will be officially out on 4th. What we are discussing right now is our exit polls put up by different agencies based on their surveys that they have conducted with lakhs of after interacting with lakhs of voters, and the conclusions that they have come to as far as each state and each seat is concerned. Now, interestingly, we took you through both Prashant Kishor and Yogendra Yadav, their own reading, their own predictions. Now, I expect a lot of talking points to come from these exit polls and questioning the others' prediction, who went wrong where. Some credibilities were at stake when they stuck their neck out and said that this is what they believe that the BJP may win or they may lose. There we have it. The numbers for West Bengal, Access My India, India Today exit poll, 0-2 for the India Alliance, 26-31 for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and 11-14. The regional party Trinamool Congress is seen sliding down from its 2019 tally of to now just coming down to 11-14 seats. This is another state, like we spoke about Punjab, as to how there is no India alliance per se there. There is the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. They're fighting their own battles separately, but they are together when it comes to Delhi. A similar picture is happening in West Bengal. There was a lot of chatter as to what the seat sharing will be. Will Mamata Banerjee concede ground to the Congress, which has been almost washed out of the state, barring that seat of Behrampur of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who was the opposition leader in 2019. There were talks, dilly-dallying, meetings. Will it not? Will it happen? Eventually, it seems that it couldn't take place, and they contested separately. But that's on paper. But Trinamool leaders in rallies, you speak to them in private, in rallies, they said we are very much part of the India Alliance, and we are firmly with the opposition. But if you look at the... Sure, go ahead, Sujit.
Shubham, let me think. What is going to be interesting is, assuming these figures are right, what is close to right, what is going to happen is a lot of jumps. You see a jump definitely in Maharashtra, and that would be Mr. Sharad Pawar, who would be looking at an opportunity to go and possibly join his nephew and go with the NDA. Okay, another possibility is of Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee, looking at beelining outside NDA and trying to be part of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because a lot of these are not more so for staying in power. It's purely so that they're safe from the EDs and the ITs, because if this continues, the ED, IT, and rest of the CBI and all are going to continue. So all of that is going to happen. So now the next step for a lot of would be to ensure that they go and they kind of pally with NDA, they line up with NDA, they go join NDA, they work with NDA, and see if they can be accommodated by the NDA. Depends on what Bharatiya Janata Party would be looking at, and how much Bharatiya Janata Party would want, how much of these guys Janata Party would. By the looks of Bharatiya Janata Party is always open for people to come in and join them, no matter what track record and what most of their leaders say. And a lot of these leaders, would be beelining to kind of associate with the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that's what is going to happen in the next 2 days. Even if you actually see, maybe Sunday, Monday, there'll be a lot of political jugglery, a lot of political loyalty shifts. Watch out for it, and
right.
That's what I would be expecting. That's what we can all expect in the next couple of days.
Right. Sujit, while I think we'll have to just check your audio once. Some people have complained in the comment that it is a bit distorted. Kingdom Podcast has given 29 rupees on the super chat feature. A request to the audience: if you like our work, if you like, it's a small team. It's a small young team that is trying all it can to put the election numbers for you. While I am sitting here, there's a team working right outside this cabin and doing the number crunching for you, collating all this humongous data dump that is coming one after the other at a rapid pace. So if you like our work, if you want to support independent journalism, do consider subscribing to HW News English, and of course, use the join button to join. If you really like our work, you would like to help us financially, use the super chat feature, use the join button to enroll in our membership program. That out of the way, we have another number coming up. C voter AVP for Uttar Pradesh, 62 to 66 for the NDA, 15 to 17 for the India Alliance. It's largely what we saw in the previous exit poll, which was by Access My India. So 62 to 66 out of 80 seats for the NDA. Expect a lion's share to be here of the Bharatiya Janata Party, where they're expected to win most of the seats single-handedly. Remember, that's a state what the BJP calls double engine ki sarkar, with Prime Minister Modi in the center and Yogi Adityanath in the state, heading the state and winning it recently in 2022 for the second straight time. 62 to 66, 15 to 17 is what 15 to 17 for the India Alliance is what they are predicting. Delhi, of course, C voter, we already told you, 4 to 6 for the BJP, 1 to 3 for the India Alliance is what we are picking up. Sujit, the C voter numbers are out as well
Yes.
for Uttar Pradesh. Out of
80, Am I audible?
Absolutely. This is much better.
Excellent.
This is much better.
Excellent. Yeah.
C voter is saying out of 80 seats, 62 to 66 for NDA and 15 to 17 for the opposition India Alliance, which is largely the Samajwadi Party and the Congress. The BSP is nowhere in the picture in this tally as we see right now in the C voter AVP survey that we are picking up. So 2 exit polls, Sujit, Shashank, Sujit, both of you can take whoever wants to go first. Largely the same trends. The
same
advantage
trend,
NDA big time.
Few advantage NDA, few seats here and there. In fact, C voters talk about NDA getting more or less last time, and India Alliance winning around 15 to 17. Nothing different here, except for maybe a couple of in there. But otherwise, broadly, the is that Uttar Pradesh is definitely NDA, and with all the talks about Uttar Pradesh, there being a split between Yogi and Modi, and there's been issues with RSS and Modi and all of that. I think all of that is put to rest. If right, let me continuously make this statement. If these numbers are right, rider very it is if these are right, then all of that put to rest. Absolutely.
Suri, I think we've sort of distortion in your audio once again. We'll try and figure out what the issue is. Telangana numbers have been put out by Access My India. They're saying 11 to 12 seats for the NDA in Telangana, and just 4 to 6 seats for the India Alliance. This is what is being predicted by Access My India. 17 seats is what Telangana sends to the Lok Sabha. 11 to 12 is what is being predicted for the NDA, and 4 to 6 for the India Alliance. If you look at vote share, Access My India Today predicts 43% vote share for the NDA. That is 24% more than what they got last time. 39% for the India Alliance, which is up 10%. The BRS down 28%, reduced to just 13% vote share. And AIMIM, it's led by Asduddin Owaisi. His party is expected to get 2% vote share. So those were Telangana numbers. And in fact,
is he getting a seat?
Sorry?
Is AIM getting a seat?
0 to 1. Yes, I forgot that part. BRS 0 to 1 is what they are saying, and AIMM,
Oh, AIM.
AIMIM 0 to 1, both.
Achha,
BRS and
okay,
AIMM 0 to 1.
okay.
BRS has taken a
So-
big hit, 9 seats down, and out of those 9 seats, instead of that, 7. The NDA has gained 7, and the India Alliance has gained 2 seats. Now, Telangana is another state where the BJP was really eyeing, like we spoke about Tamil Nadu, like we spoke about Kerala, like we spoke about West Bengal. Telangana was another state where the BJP was really eyeing, putting its might together to ensure that they make tangible gains. With the target of 400 par, it became imperative almost for the party to make inroads, win seats in the states that they haven't been able to do so in 2019 when they won 300 seats, and they swept some of the Hindi heartland state, but couldn't make the full inroads that they were planning to, or that they thought they could make. So that is Telangana for you. 17 seats, again, a state where the BJP is expected to get a big jump. There we have it on the screen. See voter Telangana. This is ABP News See voter survey. They're saying 7 to 9 each for the Congress and the BJP. 0 is what they are predicting for the BRS, and 7 to 9. So Access My India is predicting 11 to 12 advantage BJP is what Access My India is saying. See voter is projecting it to be a neck to neck contest between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress Party. So those are the numbers we have for you at the moment. We'll try and I would ask the production team if we have any total tally at the moment, just to sort of assess where we are right now nationally. 543 seats. The Access My India numbers, I have it on my screen right now. 414 seats done. NDA is expected to get 253 to 284. Now, 284 is, of course, above the majority mark. 272 is the magic figure. With 414 seats, exit polls conducted by Access My India done, NDA is expected to get 253 to 284. The India Alliance is expected to get 121 to 153 so far. So more than 100 seats still to go as for Access My India, India Today exit polls. And we'll see what are the numbers for the other polling agencies and what the national picture looks like. One common observation, Sujit, I just made in the states where the BJP was really trying hard to make inroads and add as many seats as they can, the jump has been steep. It's not just been 1 or 2 seats here and there. You look at Bengal, you look at Telangana, Access My India numbers. They say that it looks like that the jump that the BJP is expected to make will be much steeper than what many would have predicted.
See, as far as Tamil is concerned, one still needs to figure out what is the kind of jump that they would do in Tamil Nadu and what is the kind of numbers they would get in Tamil Nadu. I'm still quite unsure whether they will mark in Tamil Nadu. That's number one. Number two is again whether they will make a mark in Kerala. I'm kind of sure that they will not. So that's where is Kerala and Tamil Nadu stand. But anyway, we are talking about 2 and 3, so no big deal. But all this, as far as Telangana is concerned, it's a beautiful for Bharatiya Janata Party. There is no debate about it. There's a beautiful. That's fabulous. But one has to see whether a place where Revant Reddy was kind of dominating. Revant Reddy was getting action amongst people. Revant Reddy's rallies were going full house, so on and so forth. Revant Reddy, the new hero in town. In that particular state, what went wrong? That's something that's really going to be interesting to note, which I think we should look at. As far as concerned, I still think that I would go with a 50-50 figure, which is 25, 23, 25, 23, 25 days. I would go with that figure. I will not 10 because I've seen Maharashtra. I certainly doubt that it will be something like 10 and 30 and all of that. I think it will be something more equal kind of a thing. So that's where Maharashtra stands. What's up? Gujarat, of course, surprise me. There is no question about it. Rajasthan doesn't surprise me because that's what we all, at least whatever little thing my prediction, though it was not, there's nothing I've never spoken about it and not this thing, but yeah, I mean, nor have I done any on-ground research there. But all the same, whatever little I understood from speaking to a lot of people in my 9 p.m. live, I realized that Rajasthan, Congress would get 3-4, which means that they would BJP would lose 3, 4, 5 seats from last time. Madhya Pradesh, thought BJP would lose 1 or 2 seats, but by the looks of it, BJP has completely swept Madhya Pradesh. That's great. Haryana was surprising. Haryana was absolutely surprising. Haryana was I was thinking of some gains for Congress or NDA there. That's one. Jharkhand was surprising. Jharkhand is surprising. I have seen the kind of rallies that is being attended by people, the JMM, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha rallies that were being attended by people. I thought it was more. I thought JMM would get more than what they claim to have got. I thought they would get a little more than what they have. That is, India would get more than what they claim. Punjab, I was sure that was that. I mean, it is the numbers are kind of there. It is, I think, more or less what a lot of us expected. Then we come to which state? Delhi. Delhi. No, Madhya Pradesh. I said Madhya Pradesh was a clean sweep. See, Madhya Pradesh, 1 or 2 seats that Congress may get, but then that's okay. Madhya Pradesh, I think, clearly Kamalnath failed.
There we have it, Sujit. The exit poll final tally of C voter ABP NDA 353 to 383, and India Alliance at 152 to 182, others 4 to 12. So not quite 400 par, but definitely 350 par if one has to look at the National Democratic Alliance led by the Bharatiya Janata Party. C voter ABP is predicting 353 seats for the NDA, and which is in fact around the same ballpark figure that they won collectively. The National Democratic Alliance won collectively in 2019. 353, that's the lower limit they're setting this time, and 383 is what they are looking at. This is C voter. Let's have a look at Access My India. This is 414 seats done so far. Access My India Today. BJP 253 to 284, Congress 121 to 153, and others 7 to 16. Access My India is yet to sort of go release their national data, which is all 543 seats. But with this picture that we are looking at currently, the BJP is well on its way to even cross 300 as well. Some political strategists had very clearly predicted. So those are the national numbers. C voter has put out their entire data, like we spoke about earlier. 543 seats done. We'll see if Chanakya has put out Chanakya News 24. Chanakya got the 2019 results, the final tally. They almost got it spot on. And we'll just wait and watch. We'll just check at the back end if they have released their numbers for the entire country. What are the national numbers?
No, here from with NDA 353, one needs to know what exactly is BJP's figure.
Right.
BJP, I think, should be something like 113, 115 here, 315,
315.
Yeah, that's what BJP should be here. And if you can go back to the Axis, please.
Yeah, this is 414 seats done so far. Yeah.
It was 414, and the BJP figure is 253, 284. So another 100 more to go, 130 more to go, 140 more to go, 140 more to go. And even if you assume that another 50 of this, BJP is talking about 300 plus easily. So that's where it stands. 50 more for BJP in this. On a lower side, BJP does what it did last time. That is 303. And on the higher end, BJP will cross. BJP will cross 340, 350.
Shashank, 400 par ka, the slogan that was raised by the Prime Minister, he spoke in Parliament, 370 par or 400 par NDA के लिए, Then we saw that gradually taper off. Then the 400 par wasn't audible in some of the rallies. You couldn't really find people being more vociferous as they were previously in terms of 400 par. But Prashant, how do you look at these numbers here? 543 C voter,
No.
they put out their national numbers. How do you see this, Shashank?
No, if speaking about the 400 par narrative, then the Prime Minister himself in Aapki Adalat had said that it was about I had said the narrative and the Congress and the India Alliance went that way. So it was just to distract them. This the Prime Minister himself said that मैंने 400 par का छोड़ दिया and all these people went behind 400. So he himself knows that it is a jumla. So that is one thing. Second is now Somnath Bharti, who is Aam Aadmi Party veteran leader and India Alliance candidate from New Delhi against Mansoori Suraj, has said that I will shave off my head if Mr. Modi becomes Prime Minister for the third time. Mark my words, all exit polls will be proven wrong on 4th June and Modi ji will not become the Prime Minister for the third time. In Delhi, all 7 seats will go to India Alliance. Fear of Mr. Modi does not allow exit polls to show him lose. Hence, we all need to wait for actual results scheduled to be delivered on June 4th. People have voted very heavily against BJP. So definitely the India Alliance is still confident that the things would go in their way. There is a meeting which is underway. So I think as you guys rightly said that these are just exit poll numbers. We need to wait for 48 more hours to get the real
Chanakya is showing.
Chanakya has done 400 par.
Yes,
Chanakya News 24 has done 400 par, 400 plus minus 15. India Alliance collectively reduced to about 107 seats if these exit poll numbers are to go by. So one says 350 to 383. The other says 400 par, lock, stock, barrel. Chanakya News 24 is what they are predicting. We have audience, of course, comments coming in. Ignatius Jayajyoti says India Alliance will win 350 seats. The exit polls don't quite match this, but of course, the health warning remains the same. Like we've been repeating multiple times in this broadcast, is that exit poll numbers are only indicative. You can see that small asterisk marks in italics in our graphics as well. Surveys are purely indicative. They aren't actual results. So now whether the India Alliance does 350 or whether the BJP ends up doing 400 par like Chanakya is showing, we'll have to wait for 48 more hours. A lot of people
Jasmine asked whether whether BJP is coming back to power. Jasmine, as far as the exit poll goes, it seems they are, but like Shubham have been constantly maintaining that one whether it does, one doesn't really know.
We aren't saying anything on our own. What we're bringing to you are exit poll numbers that agencies have done tied up with multiple news channels. In fact, there are more than 3 exit polls happening as we speak live.
Let's take some trolls also. Let's have some fun. Let's take some trolls also. HW, sorry, where it's gone.
Yes.
They say HW propaganda interviews worked in favor of BJP than. My God, this is amazing because I'm so happy I'm getting so much credit. My interviews are making a difference to national elections. So then I'm deeply grateful. So Praveen, in fact, apart from trolling me, I think he also has a lot. So I really don't know whether it is criticizing or actually praise that he is flowered on us.
There's another interesting question. This was the troll we spoke about. If we look at a more serious question, here it is on the screen. This is Peace Be With You. That's the username. He's saying, forget all the exit polls and poll pundits. If one has to believe that jobs and inflation are no longer an election issue, then what is the use of having a multi-party democracy? Now, jobs, Sujit, before you come in, jobs and inflation, in fact, we had done, Sujit had done an editorial on
I've only done editorials. 99% of editorials that we have done, and only on jobs, only on democracy, only on constitution, only on judiciary. I have not done any prediction. I have not gone for any, none of us. In fact, as a channel, we did. Of course, we got guests who spoke, guests speak. I even called Prashant Kishor to come and speak to us. He didn't. That was a choice he made. Yadav came, he spoke. That was a choice. Mr. came, spoke. That was the so some people spoke, some didn't, and I'm still going to speak to them because end of the day, guys, listen. You know what? A lot of people write here that good, that we should be sad or we are sad. Listen. My job talk for the democracy. My job to talk, or all of our jobs, be it Shubham, be it me, be it Shashank. Our job is to talk for democracy. We will continue doing. We'll continue to talk for democracy. We will continue questioning. And we questioned the government even yesterday because, like I always said, there was always an edge for Bharatiya Janata Party. So believe me, this is not quite a surprise for any one of us. We always take our editorials, our stories. We have said that there is always an edge for Bharatiya Janata Party. That said, I'm still not saying that this is the final result and everything is pan out this way. I'm not saying that. That being said, we always thought that for Bharatiya Party, and we have been trolled for that also. We have been trolled that we say Bharatiya Janata Party. That being said, people writing, there's another gentleman who just wrote that India alliance in jail soon. You see, I want to tell this gentleman, if you are going to pick up oppositions and put bars, who's going to lose? You are going to lose. It is your loss because it's the loss of democracy. If this person even is real, I guess if he's a troll, then I don't know. Maybe but all the same, this is for something that we need to talk to our audience. You see, the fact is, if you're going to pick up opposition, to pick up every and put them behind bars and send ITs after them, this is not going to take us anywhere. And if that you think that is the way you're going to develop, that is the way you're going to become a great democracy, I'm sorry, that's not the way it's going to work. I promise you, it's not the way it's going to work. Let that be, and let not do that kind of a mindset where we say who talks against your favorite government or your favorite, you pick them up and put them behind. It is not going to help. Today it will be you. So be careful of that. In
fact, the previous user spoke about jobs, inflation. We did an extensive report on the CSDS. My apologies, CSDS. That was their pre-poll survey in terms of what the issues are really when it comes to the Indian voter. What is it that they're thinking? And the biggest issues were unemployment and inflation. Those are the two big issues that people said that really mattered to them. And in fact, I have a copy of the entire CSDS survey here with me. It has fascinating data points. And now to correlate it with the data points that will come out today, of course, and the 4th of June, which will be the most important, the results themselves, to sort of correlate it, to correlate it and see how things have really panned out. Have voters really voted on jobs and inflation, or are they of the opinion that, well, jobs, the lack of it is an issue, inflation is an issue, but we will end up voting for Prime Minister Modi. Now, it'll be interesting to note that if that's the logic that sort of springs up once the results are out on the 4th of June. We have Ronak saying, Sujit sir, I am your regular viewer. I knew since 2022 that the BJP is going to come back in 2024 because it's technically not possible for any opposition to take down a party that has got 303 seats. Sujit, I want to add to this, and I want to ask you this. There were seats that BJP, in fact, if I have the stat with me right now, it says that the BJP, in fact, won around 250 seats convincingly on its own against, if you compare to the 2019 tally against the Congress. So the opposition was technically starting with a low base. They were starting with, they were contesting up against a party that had won around 250 seats with more than 50% vote share. So that was the baseline that we were talking about. From that, do you think that it was always a tough ask for the opposition to challenge that baseline that they were competing against?
No. I think let's face facts. Everything, if this is, let me reassure you, if these figures are correct, if these figures are something that we can go by, then let me assure you, people want what BJP is offering. It's a consumer choice. People want what BJP is offering them. Maybe you don't want what BJP is offering them. Maybe somebody else doesn't want what BJP is offering them. But most of the people want what BJP is offering them. They are taking what BJP is offering them. So that's where one has to conclude, and that is, that's the way you need to see it. So, this was opposition was in a point of disadvantage, and opposition was, see, all that is something that we can talk about till the cows come home. But the fact remains that end of the election, end of the day, you need to win. End of the day, what do you do to win? And that's what you need to kind of figure out. And that's where it all starts and it all ends. Shubham,
Right.
and that's how it works. Modi is
Right.
powerful, and that all the put together is the pathetic
See, I think
situation of.
there's some audio disturbance at your end. Another user has pointed out again.
Okay.
That there is an audio issue that they are facing. We'll
Okay,
try
sorry.
and rectify that. But I think that's the large number. That's largely, rather, my apologies. That's largely what Sujit is pointing at. That if people want to pick Modi, they will pick Modi, come what may. And,
Or if the proposition that they want to pick as a choice, they would pick that proposition as a choice. It's as simple as that. Winning and losing is the proposition you keep in front of your voters. If your proposition is better than the others, no matter what how your base is and what your base is not, you win. That's how it works.
Ronak B is saying India Alliance did not take leaders like Mayawati, Owaisi, Pappu Yadav, Chandrasekhar Rao, and Prakash Ambedkar, AIADMK, and a few others. This is going to lead to vote bifurcation and benefit the Bharatiya Janata Party. Of course, the alliance has been sort of a big talking point in terms of which are the parties that are with the India Alliance officially, and which are the parties that aren't, and those that are not that are not with the India bloc, whether that will later come and haunt the alliance in terms of vote share percent, in terms of seats themselves, as to if they managed to get those alliance partners, maybe their seat tally could have been better to show. We'll get all the answers, all the final answers.
There's one more question I want to take, Shubham, where
yes.
Anirban says, I can see you are not able to do this. And how do you feel about PK now? What are we to feel about PK here? What is that we've got to feel bad about PK? Good for him, yeah. If his prediction has come true, and if tomorrow somebody else's prediction would have come through, another group of people would have praised him. So big deal. How does it really matter whose prediction? And the fact remains that what is there to digest? Big deal to digest. It's as simple as that. We are ready for both. Channel will continue, news will continue, what we say will continue, it continued yesterday, it will continue tomorrow. So what is there to get upset, and what is there to digest?
On a lighter note, on Twitter, I think it was today or it was yesterday, one of the biggest trends, what was really trending on Twitter, was not a political party, was not a political figure, it was Bernal. And I'm not making this up. Bernal was something that was trending on Twitter when people said, let the exit polls come out, or let the results come out, and this ecosystem will need Bernal, that ecosystem will need Bernal, this pollster who has stuck his neck out will need Bernal because he's going to get it wrong or she's going to get it wrong. So that was really the discourse on Twitter. And after the numbers that we are seeing right now, interesting 48 hours ahead is how I would.
My only submission is, you see, saying that if favorite party wins, so therefore somebody else is wrong, somebody else feels otherwise, or somebody else has to feel bad. Nothing. I don't lose. None of us lose sleep, no matter who wins. It is absolutely no problem. It is good. We continue to do our work. We have been doing it 2017, 2018. 2019, we saw 2020, and we hope if things are good, and we will see 2029 also. So it doesn't really matter. This is not how it works. For most of the people who think that things are going to be
Right.
bad. And secondly, I hope you start living your own
In your own La La Land.
and see, yeah, in your own La La Land, and see
Sujit's face
what
says a lot.
reality is. Yeah, correct. So yeah, we have a lot of face readers, and we have a lot of predictors and all of that. So good, there is no Rara land. I have not made any prediction. I didn't make any prediction either ways. So technically speaking, I have no stake in this game. I heard people who sat in my interviews and predicted, which is very good. So excuse me, I have nothing to do with this. So that's another
I think
point.
before we end, I think even Shashank's face says a lot. Shashank, I know you've been relatively quiet through this broadcast, but I appreciate you still being there and taking us through state by state your concluding thoughts. So far, I think Uttar Pradesh is a state which Access My India hasn't put out. Other than that, I think we've pretty much covered everything. But at the moment, all three exit polls that HW News referred to predicts a very clear mandate for the Bharatiya Janata Party and the National Democratic Alliance. Shashank, what does your face say? What does your mind say right now?
No, first of all, Chanakya was the poll that went horribly wrong in 2015 Bihar assembly election. So, firstly, that. Second, as you both rightly said, that 48 hours to go, everybody is awaiting that, and I think we should wait before jumping into any conclusions. That is what I need to say.
Right.
Secondly,
So,
I think by it, whatever numbers, what was predicted by Prashant Kishor, it is
Prashant
not
Kishor.
just come true. It's come true. It's come true to the T. He didn't predict. He must have foreseen the results literally to some. So it's exactly the words. In fact, it's as if he is reading out of these exit polls. So good for him, and good. Like if this genuinely comes, yes, I mean, what else can I think, again, let me tell you, as far as we are concerned, we have not predicted anything, so we are okay.
Right.
We are okay with it. Comes to our channel
Right.
and predict whatever they feel like, and we'll be more share that
Right.
with you. That's our job. So here we are.
Right. Gentlemen,
And
I think we can
whichever government is, we will continue regardless. But if tomorrow India would have come to power, which again, like I said, fourth, let's see, comes to power, or BJP comes to power, we'll continue to question, and that's our job. So there's nothing more and nothing less to it. Believe me, you.
Absolutely. Our job still remains the same, regardless of what the exit polls say, regardless of what the results say. And I think on that note, Antonio is saying he's a member of our channel. Thank you, Antonio, for subscribing to our work and joining a membership program. There's a feeling that the election results on June 4 will be completely different from those published in the exit polls. The ground reality of election was different from 2019. Well, Antonio, all we can do is just wait for another 48 hours. That's when the results will be out. We will be live. We will be getting the results live.
Ronak, I thank Ronak for your lovely.
Sujit sir, you are a neutral journalist, and that's why I like to watch you. I think on that note, gentlemen, we can call it a day. That's where the exit polls stand right now.
If we don't call it a day, Shashank will fall. I think he's almost reached there.
No, Shashank,
I feel
silent energy has.
I feel sorry for him. Again, somebody saying that I have no words. I have lots of words. The only reason why we are restraining our words is because Baba, we are, it has been quite a while, so we have been tired. So therefore, we are restricting our words. Otherwise, we no loss of words or more of words and all that. And watch my editorial from tomorrow on, or watch my editorial tomorrow. I will continue what I was doing before. I will continue to do that tomorrow also. No changes. no changes, Baba. We are all there, and we are continuing what we continue. That is what happens. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But
On that note,
superb. You've led us from the front, and what.
Thank you.
And,
so much.
Shashank was awake.
Shashank Nair. Yes, Shashank was awake, and he was there. His silent energy kept me going for this 3.5 hour broadcast. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining. To our audience, thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. We tried to bring you as many numbers as we could. This has been quite a fast-paced evening as far as the landscape of Indian politics is concerned. But things don't end here. 48 hours to go for the results. While some, especially the BJP supporters, will be up celebrating, the India Alliance will hope that the picture changes on the 4th of June. We'll find that in almost 48 hours from now. It's around 10 p.m. on the 1st of June. 4th June is when the results will be out. We'll be live getting that for you here on HW News. And Anirban Saha says, Mr. Nair, I followed you like I followed Mr. Ravish Kumar. What I find disturbing is that only few journalists who kept the hope of journalism alive in India are now in mode of retaliation. So, of course, a lot of comments. You have your say. If in fact, I would request the audience to use the comment feature to tell us.
There is. I just wanted to make one point here. I wanted to answer Anirban. So sweet of him to have written this, and so sweet of him to have followed us. See, I'll tell you what, Anirban. Look, as far as we are concerned, as our journalism is concerned, a lot of us. I speak for myself, but I speak for myself. But I want to believe a lot of us. See, we do our work, and we believe our work is to ensure that we talk, we identify, and we bring in front of you the problems that we see in the working of a government. We will do it if it is BJP, we will do it if it is NCP, we will do it whether it is India Alliance, whether we will do it whether it's AAP, we will do it whether it's whichever government, we will do it. Okay, we have spoken about. I have got people who have unfollowed me from TMC in my Twitter and all that. We have spoken about every political party. Okay, and if you see the same comments, you will find a lot of people calling me a Modi Bhakt, in fact, or a Godi media. That also happens. But I'm happy. Good. Let people feel whatever they feel. That's good. My job is to ensure I bring in front of you problems. And I am not going to talk about any prediction. I do not talk about prediction. I talk about economy. I talk about healthcare. I talk about unemployment. I talk about inflation. This is what I get in front of you. My editorials, this is what I focus on. And I will continue to focus on. Who wins, who lose, good. That will go on. That's part of the democratic process, and let that go on. That's where I start, where I end. So nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Nothing more, nothing less. Sorry, Antonio, my audio is not very visible.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a problem.
But there's some glitch. Yeah. But I think yes, we will wind up on that note. Thank you so much to all our viewers for tuning in. Thank you, Sujit, for being there with your analysis. We'll be, like I said, we'll be live bringing you the results on the morning of 4th June. Like I said, a lot of talking points have come up today as far as the exit polls are concerned. Every state, almost every seat has a story in itself, and that really defines how Indian politics, Indian elections work. At the moment, exit polls predict a clean sweep or a thumping majority for the Bharatiya Janata Party and the National Democratic Alliance. We got you 3 exit poll agencies that have put their forecast, and we'll try and get you what the other exit polls have to say, what are the big hits, misses, and what are really the thing to watch out for when we look at the results on the 4th of June. For that, stay subscribed to HW News English, press the join button, and of course, support independent journalism and small media houses like ours. And yes, on that note, this is Shubham Chauhan signing off. We will see you on the 4th of June. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.